way to go while the road is so cold. While I'm lost in my soul and my mind is fucking blown. Yet I'm still in my zone, even if it's all alone. I don't know which way to go while the road is so cold. While I'm lost in my soul and my mind is fucking blown. Yet I'm still in my zone, even if it's all alone. I don't know which way to go while the world is so cold. While I'm lost in my soul and my mind is fucking blown. Yet I'm still in my zone, even if it's all alone. Even if it's all alone. Yeah, bitch, I'm all alone. Still in my zone, waiting on the telephone. I'm a beast, I'm a goon, I'm a motherfucking goblin. My dog CP said, who the fuck we dropping? I ain't even stopping, so ain't no need for mocking. Keep running your mouth, cause my AK ain't stopping. 12 gauge slug in your hole like a rock pit. Bounce your head to my fucking music like a mosh pit. They say, Spoon, you sick, you spitting fucking knowledge. Bitch, I'm like a church, I got the priest with the hollering. Everybody knows I'm steady motherfucking wildin'. I got your earpiece cause I'm motherfucking violent. And you ain't about to bounce and you ain't about to rock it. If you can't handle me, then you about to get dropped. You ain't fucking with my team, and that's all I gotta say. I'ma tote this fucking K and keep on talking, I'ma spray. Hey. Bubba Fett, yeah, you know I'm on my shit. When these kids are just so full of it, full of shit. You a bitch, let me get a hold of it. Hit it from the back, so right, I leave you with a loss of sight. We been flossing like a light, blinding all with righteous might. I just might cross ya with this holy right. I just might roll you over, there's no need to fight. I just might see some signs, we'll fight for your rights. Cause no one gives a shit when kids is just so full of spite. Pulling shit, you a bitch, no need to read my right. Yeah, I spit it with the tack, and these bitches moving slack. Snitching just like fucking that, I'll just leave you with a stack on your head. Night, put your bitch to bed. I don't know which way to go while the road is so cold. I'm lost in my soul and my mind is fucking blown. Yet I'm still in my zone, even if it's all alone. Even if it's all alone, even if it's all alone. I don't know which way to go while the road is so cold. I'm lost in my soul and my mind is fucking blown. Yet I'm still in my zone, even if it's all alone. Even if it's all alone. I don't know which way to go while the world is so cold. I'm lost in my soul and my mind is fucking blown. Yet I'm still in my zone, even if it's all alone. Even if it's all alone.
Snap on him there, brother.
I
thought so.
Oh, so welcome to fucking Blue Collar Genius. We got CPB in the motherfucking house.
Whoop, 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 whoop. Hey, straight out of Pompano. You already know. It's my brother, Big Cat.
Yay. How y'all doing?
Out here up in Boynton.
Welcome to the
repping
561.
Hell yeah, repping the
Yay.
Magic Ninja Squad.
That's
West
right.
Palm. What's up?
Psychopathic was good.
How y'all
Tell 'em a little bit
doing?
about that.
We good.
Tell them about the movement, brother.
The movement. Well, we got a little thing that we're doing down in SoFlo, pretty much where we call it. We out of Pompano. We got a movement. I'm deep into the Juggalo scene. You know, I've been in it for a long time. I actually had it hidden for a while, but then I met a couple people and they kind of brought it back to me, and then we really started getting into this rapping thing, and then all of a sudden shit just started popping off, and people started to want to hear us do shows and everything like that, and we were just like, wow, I think we should kind of run with this a little bit and see where it goes. And we got a lot of people on our back, and honestly, we're just out here trying to spit that knowledge and let everyone know that it's all about a family thing. Everybody, back in the day used to, yeah, absolutely. And then like back in the day, everybody used to think it was just like a gang related thing. Just because we paint up, we're not, gang related or anything like that. We're all just a family. That's how we feel about everything.
Hell yeah. Some fucking undead clowns out here,
Yeah, absolutely.
It's fucking awesome. So what y'all got coming up? Like, if people want to see you live, anything coming up recently in the next couple of weeks, next month?
Well, always want to shout out Miami Live because there's mad love there. We be doing shows there Fridays and Saturdays sometimes, like every other week type shit.
Then we also got Plugged In up in Hollywood. There's another open mic that they also invite us to a lot as well besides that. And what's really exciting is actually we have a huge show next week, next Saturday, which is the 420 show, which we are actually opening up for Twisted and all of Magic Ninja Entertainment. And that's actually going to be very exciting to us because it's pretty much about to be sold out. Absolutely, whoop whoop! It's actually about to be sold out soon. So if you actually did not get your tickets, you should still get them now. You can get them on official Twisted's website, or you can go to Magic Ninja's Entertainment website and get those tickets as well. And we will be up there in Detroit, Michigan.
Basically, one big party, 2 shows, $20, bro. You know you can't beat that shit. All of the fucking legendary juggalos.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then we're coming back to
May 5th. We're actually heading out to Sacramento, California, shouting out my homeboy Gmo, who's part of Magic Ninja Entertainment, and we actually just got a track with him done recently. He hit us up and was like, hey, y'all should come up here to Sacramento and do a show with me on Cinco de Mayo. So May 5th we'll actually be up there on Sacramento. You can also find those tickets up there as well. And after that, we hit a little stop for a little bit, but then June opens back up, and we're in Orlando, Florida, opening up for Esham from Psychopathic Records.
Damn, y'all fucking busy motherfuckers,
Yeah.
huh?
Yeah,
God
for the next 3 months,
There's
we're
one
kind of
person I want
moving.
to fuck with from that psychopathic ICP type. That's Esham, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah, bro. That's gonna be a great show, bro.
Absolutely, it is. It is. We show mad love to
And
him.
yo, we selling tickets for that too, actually.
Yes, we are. If you want to get tickets, you can go to our Instagram or our website that we're actually getting ready to be putting up very shortly, which is soflopathic.com. And if you actually look on our Instagram, we're CPB Soflopathic. You can find us there. Get your tickets, hit me up or hit my brother up. We both man that website. Anything at all, any questions or anything, just, keep in mind. We're always open. We love to hear what everybody has to say.
They're $12.
Yeah, they're actually $12 for the tickets.
And a lot of people carpooling from the Awana Vapor, Awana Zen, Awana Kava tribes. That's like our home base type shit. That's where we started, like pushing and like.
Yeah, it's kind of like where me and my brother actually originally we met. We got into the thing. He was sitting outside and he was playing beats, and I would see him there every night. And then just one night I was like, man, let me let him hear what I got. And it was kind of funny. We kind of clicked, and ever since then. We've been riding it, and we've been riding it hard, and it's been crazy. Now all of a sudden, people are actually starting to listen and start to hear what we have.
Hell yeah.
And we're just trying to have this little
and investing in us, which is the craziest fucking part.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
Can't even believe that shit.
Now,
man.
if they want to hear more, like they just heard earlier, where the fuck do they go? Like, where can they hear some other shit? Like,
Definitely on SoundCloud. That's the best place if you're just trying to talk music specifically.
Absolutely.
Probably gonna try to post like version of this podcast on there too, so we could promote y'all too.
we
Blue Collar
appreciate that.
music,
Absolutely.
Their shit was so damn hot, I need a drink.
Me and you both.
Hey, what we say in the Kava tribe is bula. It's basically like cheers, health, wealth.
Absolutely.
Health.
To life.
Hell yeah. Yeah.
So you got a lot of shit going on. So you guys met at a kava bar then?
Absolutely.
Hell yeah, bro. It's like basically just a bunch of like I don't really want to use the term weird, but
what's wrong with fucking weird? I mean, I'm fucking weird.
I'm
shit.
fucking weird
is,
too,
absolutely.
bro. But I mean, like presentation wise, it's like
You mean you're
like,
not boring and
we want
conformist
like, normal
and
people
normal?
to come there too. You know what I'm saying? Like
If you hide as normal, but you want to let your freak
Want everybody
motherfucking
there.
flag fly, come on the fuck out and see CPB.
Absolutely. Yes, absolutely. You can. We don't discriminate against anybody. I mean, it's a spot, honestly, where everybody can actually come and be yourself. You don't have to hide what you got inside. And that's just a spot where we chill at. And,
hell
it's actually, we call it the proving grounds, where most of the time you'll see us actually sitting out there and making tracks or doing music, and we'll get a couple people around to come and listen and everything like that. And we're always out there, and we're always listening to what other people have, give us ideas and tips of what they think we need to work on and everything like that. But, we're just out here trying to do our thing, and a lot of people don't have that. And it's actually just very exciting within the last 6-7 months, for people to actually hit us up and say, hey, we'd like y'all for to come to these places and come open up with us. And I was just like, damn, dude, is this real? I'm like, am I in a dream? And then finally I'm like, wait a minute, this isn't really a dream. This is actually happening, and I see it on Instagram and everything. And, I appreciate all those people that, like Twisted and everybody in Gmo and Blaze and everyone from Magic Ninja Entertainment.
Even like Corrosive on fucking Instagram.
Oh,
hitting us
absolutely.
up,
There's
bro.
other people
Like,
that have been hitting us
that's
up and,
OG right there, too.
joining our SoundCloud and helping us out, like Boss Bob and everything like that. And we call him Juggalo Joe, that one of the other bartender at a different Cabo bar. And, it's just crazy how actually these people actually care and are listening to our music and, telling us to get ourselves out there. And then ever since we started doing that, man, it's just like people have been, calling and knocking and, we're sitting back here thinking like, man, this is crazy. And then,
it surprises me every time, bro.
we were
I'm expecting
thinking-
some hate in my inbox
we're thinking
at
it's-
some point, and it's just all love. It's like, what the fuck? Like, damn. Even
Yeah,
when
we're thinking it's March, and then all of a sudden, wow, it's about to be the 420 show, and we had, we're still sitting here amazed and thinking, I still get goosebumps thinking about it because like I'm gonna be on stage with, besides me being a part with
baptized as
Psychopath,
juggalos,
being,
bro.
absolutely, I idolize these guys. Like it's like being with my idols up on stage, and like I was up there once already and saw them at a Astronomicon event, and it's actually gonna be exciting again to actually get to be there and to open up for them because that actually kind of means something to me.
That's what actually
So-
I still feel hooked us up with that show is that you went up there and made that investment into Detroit. You feel me?
Oh, absolutely.
At that Astronomicon.
Yeah, I bumped into the guys. It was actually funny. I see him and we're talking. And at the time, they're like, hey, let's vibe after everything, like that. And I was like, all right, And at the hotel that we were actually staying at, we didn't know it. We were right next door to him. So it was just kind of funny. I, kept hearing this loud noise next door. And I came walking over and bam, there's Paul and Jamie Madrox, from Twisted standing in there hanging out. They're like, come on in, let's talk, We're sitting there talking and everything like that. And happened to be that they had just put a beat on and, like my brother said, I'm mainly I came to be a freestylist and, I'm getting to the writing part, but mainly I just love to hop on a
Working
track
on that.
because my mind is so open. I can just come up with things, which is like crazy.
Which is wild. Like everything we've been performing, getting mad love on, and this man mainly been freestyling. I've been writing heavy,
Absolutely,
but,
you always do.
This man freestyling the whole way, and like I mean, we'll direct each other, certain times, of course, and like we got a brother. Child of the Indigo, Cody, over at DB Studios, also
yeah.
hooking us up with the love, the knowledge, you know what I mean?
Yep, he sure does.
And we always come together real quick with whatever we're doing. So really what our focus is on the next EP that we come out with is definitely going to be, creating a story and bringing the people somewhere, you know what I mean? With true themes that they can read into, just like if I'm listening to Flatbush Zombies or some, D-Rock the Menace or De Niro Ferrar type shit, some cult rap type shit. It's like they bring you on a journey with that shit. 3001 Space Odyssey from Flatbush, that shit will bring you on a journey. You can literally put it in line with the movie and that shit's how do you say, perfectly timed out like an AMV, like an animated music video. It's crazy as fuck, bro. But that's just the how do you say,
Talent.
the talent,
Yeah.
the passion, really, for the meticulous nature of the art, you know what I mean? To really put something that, how do you say, connects to something deeper in people, where they're how do you say, it feels relevant to their life, you know what I mean? And they can learn something from it or grow from it, That's all I want to do out here, like we said, growing the family, spreading the knowledge, the love, and raising everybody's consciousness, bro, because without that, it's we'll be just any past culture, and that's doomed for how do you say,
Irrelevance, fucking
exactly.
just stagnation.
Exactly.
Now, I see you both have your faces only half painted. Obviously, there's some serious symbolism in that. You want to tell people about that
yeah.
shit? Because that's some...
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, okay. Hell yeah, I'm glad you said something, bro.
Yeah, the originality actually started from me being into Twisted and everything like that. There was actually an album that I would always listen to at one time, and it was Freak Show. And on the cover of this album, it was half of Jamie Madrox's face and half of Paul's face, which is Monoxide. And it was just crazy. They combined it together, and it almost looked like a Frankenstein face. So what I said to my brother was, I was like, hey, instead of us always painting up the whole face, let's do something different. And I was like, let me paint my half of the left side of the face, and you paint the right side. And what we did was, on the back of his shirt is our logo. It's it's all one clown face, but half of it is my face and half of it is his. Mine is with the
Exactly.
mohawk and the smiley face, and his is with the other
And
side.
just like I said, that's just bringing like dualistic entities together to make a holistic being. You know what I mean? That's
Exactly.
like the goal of life, really. So like I'm saying, with our symbology, we're trying to work it into basically remind people like where the fuck they come from, and like the spiritual nature and trippiness of life. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like
So,
so
I-
that's why his is like all happy, you know, and mine's like kind of like down, you know.
So
It's
I,
like
I want to get a little
yin yang.
deeper into this. So is is that the mask you're hiding behind, the happy and the sad, or is that the inner thing that you don't show to most people, but at your show you're letting people see it through the face paint?
Exactly,
Like,
and what we're letting out, you know what I mean?
Correct. Yeah.
'Cause that's
pretty
all it's
much.
about,
That's
man.
just-
Like, how do you say, when you're up there, it's like how the people are gonna connect to you is letting out what's truthfully like you are feeling at the time. Like, you're never gonna get nowhere, you know, trying to like be someone that you're not, or be like, how do you say, more than you are at the same time. Like, so it's really about connecting with yourself at the end, you know what I mean? So like what it is like you can even see that in our raps and shit like that, like in our styles and shit. Like for instance, like I don't give a fuck, how do you say, what people are thinking of me at the time. I'm letting out what's in my soul, you know, like what's painful to me, you know what I mean, when I really truly think about it. And like basically, like whether it's like social transgression, or like how do you say, like regression of like something in me, or you know, a past like how do you say, like like speed bump in my fucking life or some shit, you know. It's just me like working through that shit, you know.
challenges to overcome.
Yeah.
Even how I spit is like letting out. You can feel like the, how do you say,
You can feel the
realness in
euphoria
my
of what
voice,
you're
you know?
bringing.
I don't really go for like, how do you say, like the traditional rap sound, you know what I mean? I
No.
go for what I like, because I come from metal background with like old school trippy, like heady rock, like shit, like everything from Led Zeppelin to Cream. Cream's one of my favorite bands. Sunshine of Your Love, all that shit. And like that's why I love people like Tasty Vibrations too, which is also how do you say, like one of the other big bands that's like coming out of the Pompano area. And how do you say, they're really bigger than us, bro, and like we look up to them in a way, and trying to work
Right.
with them, they were trying to work with us. So we're gonna get some like, hopefully some super dope live funky jams and samples and freestyles going on soon, like some ciphers and shit like that
Oh yeah.
with some other artists around here. That's one thing we've been really trying to work on. It's just everybody's so busy. They play like multiple shows a week, you know. Like we play
Damn.
like once a week, maybe twice a week, but usually once a week. And anyway, they're playing all this time, like almost like twice, 3 times a week sometimes. And
Yeah, and that's kind of like me. Like I have my own type of style, type of flow that I listen to, and like that's why we made this like combination to where, like he said, he has the rock and everything like that, and he has his own flow, and I have mine, and we just kind of brought that all together, and you know, people started digging it and everything like that, and like you know, he never really knew the insides and outs of what a juggalo was and everything, and you know, like I got into detail and explaining it to him, and he was like, "Oh, it's kind of like a family," and I was like, "Yeah, that's pretty much all it is, dog." You know,
hell yeah.
just because. You know, he's painted and I'm painted. It doesn't matter. Even if we wipe the face paint off, I'm gonna still be the same person.
And
You
that's
know,
what
but
connected me to that shit was specifically was you, bro. The Juggalo family and all that. But once I started listening to the music, I realized their goal is the same as mine that I just spit. You feel me? And
exactly.
so that's why I really connected to Twisted specific.
Right, is to
that
give
they're the
knowledge and
people
to
that-
expand and to give people
Yeah.
what they want. You know, just because you're an outsider, you feel like you're left out doesn't mean, like that's why we make this music. We try to make it for everyone to listen to. It may kind of seem a little harsh at sometimes, but we want everybody to listen to it and get into it. It doesn't mean you have to paint your face up or anything like that. But with me and my family and the people that I know, like I've been down with the Clown for so long. With ICP growing up, starting with them, and then Twisted coming along with Blaze and the ROC, and then they kind of did their little thing with their little breakup. And it really didn't matter to me, like everybody was like, oh, you got to pick sides between Magic Ninja and Psychopathic. And I was like, to be honest, it doesn't matter to me about the beef, Once family, always family. If you're part of that, if you were once part of that or not part of it anymore, you're still doing the same thing. You still believe in the same Juggalo Nation like we do, And that's why down in South Florida, it's kind of dead. You don't really see that as much. But like when you move up towards Orlando and everything like that, you kind of see a little more and more and more. But like in the area that we're at, you don't have that type of thing, and that's why we're trying to bring it back.
Got zombies out of Miami, bitch.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And we've got other people who are listening to our thing, and we're just trying to start, this movement and let everyone know that, hey, it's not dead anymore. You can hear it, and just because we paint our face and we look crazy looking and everything like that don't mean, we're a gang or we're out there trying to hurt you or nothing. We're just out here trying to make music and give the people what they want, and that's what I believe in. And I'm here also with my brother, just to try and spit this knowledge and let everyone understand that, if you're having problems or anything, you should listen to, like, so a lot of our songs we explain about how our life was and, like, what we went through and everything like that in the struggle. And now, we actually are getting these phone calls and making it, and people that are out there that don't say, oh, my dream's never going to come true or nothing like that. I used to think that all the time, and then I started praying hard, and I was like, one of these days I'm going to get a phone call, and something's going to happen. And all of a sudden it did. And then I went up to this concert, and these guys were like, hey, you should come and do a show with us. And I was just like, dude, this is a straight dream come true. Like, I would never think it would happen in a million years, but man, I'm telling you what, if you stick to what you're doing and you believe in it, anything is possible.
So you're a juggalo and you're what, a Christian?
I mean, yeah, so pretty much, yeah.
I believe in not denomination, but you believe in a God.
Absolutely, I believe in God.
So he came up on metal. What kind of music did you come up on?
Oh man, I was honestly kind of old school. I listened to the old school rap, kind of like Eazy-E and everything like that, and Tupac. And
what about Trick Daddy?
Oh,
I got a lot of love for Trick Daddy.
Absolutely.
Don't get me wrong though, my mom bumped DMX every morning.
Oh, absolutely,
and
DMX. I mean, but absolutely, even originally from Texas, but growing up my life in Pompano, it was just like a. I really don't even, like, I was only up in Texas for like a couple of years, but I pretty much consider myself being born and raised in Pompano. So, absolutely growing up with Trick Daddy. I mean, God, I used to remember walking around in middle school with the headphones in my ears jamming to all his jams. I mean, God, it was great, and then sitting back there thinking, oh, yeah, I'd go home and tell Mom, hey, man, I want a set of grills, you know what I mean? I want to be like Trick and all these guys, I want to see what could happen, And she'd look at me all crazy and everything and be like, you're out of your mind, that'll never happen, And then, like, when the eighth grade came around, shit just started popping. I was like, I actually have a talent. I started freestyling every day, and, like, I can't even remember, for years on end, I just kept going and going and going, and then, it just so happened I met into my brother, and he believed I had something, and we connected together and just started doing this, and now people are actually just listening to us. And I used to hear it all the time. Oh man, you'll never make it in the music industry. A lot of people don't make it. And it's like one in a million.
So quick,
But if you really, keep your mind to it, in my life, like, I do believe in God, but I also believe in the carnival mythology that, ICP brought up and everything, which kind of also relates back into the, the Christian way and everything like that. But I mean, hey, I used to pray to God every night, and he would listen and everything like that sometimes, and I would be amazed by it. But then, like, all of a sudden, I prayed to him, and I asked the carnival too, one night out of stupidity. I was like, hey, let these guys call us and, give us an opportunity. We're juggalos down here in South Florida. There's never, ever been one signed to, Psychopathic or Magic Ninjas label before. And, I was like, hey, let us get an opportunity. And then all of a sudden, these, I would go to the show, and these guys are talking to us. They hear me do a freestyle, with Twisted and everything. And they were like, man, you really need to come up and do a show with us. And then after that, it was crazy. I told my brother and everybody down here at first was like, oh, man, it's kind of hard to believe because, sometimes I kind of like to hype things up a little, more than I'm supposed to. But, it's all good, you know what I mean? I do it out of love of everybody, but it's not like I'm telling a lie or anything like that. I'm just, boosting people's ego a little bit, because that's like what my brother used to always tell me to do. He's like, man, you need to hype us up on stage. So I try to be the hype man. And then finally one day I was like, listen, y'all, you're going to see it soon. This poster's going to be literally on Instagram, and y'all are going to flip out. And boom, all of a sudden, one day this poster popped on the Instagram, and they're like, damn, bro, you wasn't kidding. They're really doing this shit. And my brother was like, man, we're so excited to go. And I'm like, man, I get to stand on stage with, like, two of my idols that,
some legends.
Like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. That, like, kind of raised me. They've been doing this shit for 20-some-odd years, and, we're just happy to get to be up there and get to be in another area and actually get to show what we have, from down here in South Florida. And, it just means a whole lot to us, and
let me ask you this. What was that moment when that poster popped up on Instagram for you, like, though? I mean,
God, my heart dropped. My heart literally, it dropped because, like, I was actually working at the time. Again, it's like it always happens when I'm at work, and then I'm getting ready to leave work, and I see this this message hits my phone, and it's from a buddy of mine named Will, who I follow on Instagram, who actually helped us get into this thing as well, who kind of promoted us out there, and I shout him out as well. He's on Facebook and Underground Hustlin' Entertainment, music records down there. He actually just, it was just weird. I looked at my phone. He's like, "Look, you're on," and I was like, "Huh?" And I looked on Twisted's official website, and as soon as I looked, I see the logo that's on the back of my Brothers in Mine shirt, and I'm like, "Oh my God, this can't be happening!" Like, wait a minute, this isn't real. So I wind up starting this group, this group message, and I'm blowing everybody up. I'm like, "Hey man, we're on Instagram and everything like that." I come into the Cabo bar and everything. I'm all happy and excited. I'm looking at my brother, and like I had tears in my eyes because I'm like, "Man, this is something we've never really got to experience." I'm like, we want to show the world what we're about and what we have and what we stand for. And
Yeah, definitely surprised the fuck out of me with that one, bro.
I know. I tried to. I tried to do that with everyone, and it was just, it was like a dream come true. My brother believes in what we're doing, and that's why ever since I met him, he's kind of been the motivation for me. Like I used to never think my raps at first, wouldn't be anything until I met him, and we started collabing and doing this craziness that we're doing, and then all of a sudden people started digging it and liking what we did. Because it may be a little crazy and hardcore, but everything that we do, every beat that we do, we try to get it so that everyone can listen to it. We'll jazz it up because but besides freestyling and everything like that, I can also sing and everything. So I try to mix that in. Like my brother, we actually have a new track that we're getting ready to drop soon. It's called Flight Zone.
Nice.
And it's very crazy. And he told me to do like a Bone Thugs type of thing to it. So you guys will, if you haven't heard it yet, when we get to drop it soon, you'll like it. It's something we've been working really hard for.
Yeah, bringing back the old way things, you know what I mean?
Absolutely. It's like bringing back the dead, because people don't, understand it down here as much as, like in Detroit, which is like kind of like the home turf of it and the proving grounds of, their area. And I'm like, man, this is very exciting to get to go up there and get to experience. And then, I know there's going to be a lot of people, so I'm so nervous. I'm like, man, there's going to be a ton of people out there. So I'm like, we're working hard the next couple of days and, getting into next week. Like, man, got to be ready for this. We can't mess up. So
And anything can happen, So it's like, for instance, like we could get asked to go on, tour with any of the artists that are there. You know what I mean? Or we could set up something with them business-wise. You know what I mean? But it's just about like living that moment and like living it up and making sure that you bring the right energy to the situation and network and show love. You know what I mean? And you can get anything done. You know what I mean? So it's like, for instance. It's like, how do you say? Fuck.
It's all right.
But it's like,
It's all good. Look, this is really for people who don't know, because they didn't see this. It's a really interesting dichotomy I see here. So, for everyone that's now watching, when this started out, Crockpot was like the one that was talking like super hype, and Big Cat was like reserved. But now like the lights are on, it's time to go. Like it just switched up. Like
yeah, definitely. I said
Big
that
Cat's
before,
like,
didn't it?
bam, I'm here, motherfuckers.
I'm here, yeah, pretty much.
And Crockpot's like, I got his back, I got him covered, but I'm gonna sit back and let Big Cat take the light now. But earlier, like when the shit was off, like it was the other way. Like it's an interesting dichotomy how the two of you balance each other out. Like
yeah, man.
right.
Always
That's
the
fucking-
duality,
it's definitely a duality. Like it's really fucking interesting to watch. Like I wish we had filmed earlier, like without you guys, without people. Like if you'd seen this shit, you'd been like, "Whoa, what the fuck? This is like totally bizarre." Like it's just really fucking cool to see, like literally how you two do balance each other out. Like it's fucking
Thank you, brother.
awesome.
But
It's
yeah,
crazy.
and, how do you say? I was also saying, oh fuck. Oh yeah, when we get back from Detroit, basically, if we're not doing getting ready to go back out, what we're gonna try to do is like collect at the home base. You know what I mean, and kind of like spread south to Miami area and things like that, and also bring our artists down from West Palm to Miami so that we can show get everybody more connected and show more love. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Create
And,
unity.
Yeah, exactly. Yes,
That's
oneness within the local community, and then come back stronger, of course. And like Broward is already popping off. Miami's been popping off for the longest. Hit Factory and all that shit, artists from all around the country come down here to Miami to record, So it's like Florida's always going to be a center for cultural diffusion and like great art, you know. But at the same time, we need, like you said, cultural unity, you know, and like community and a stronger community, and that's what the kava bar is all about too. So, you know, if anybody feel like that's what they're looking for, definitely, you know,
Slide
hit
on
up your
through.
local kava bar, bro.
Yeah.
Now, does CPB stand for anything?
Crockpot Big Cat.
Yeah.
Just like, just pretty much like we kind of put it all together, you know. As
Sounds like
one-
you're missing a C,
I know.
Yeah, right. Well, K,
But we
real-
just kind of
but
made the
CPB sounds better.
yeah,
Yeah.
I had to leave the K out of
yeah.
it.
So
Now, can I ask, where did Crockpot come from?
Crockpot actually came from my high school days. I was spreading love, waking people up down in Pompano High. It's like a school, like international business and shit like that. And basically, it was like a bunch of just like regular kids, you know. But it was, how do you say?
Just doing it slow, bringing it up to a nice simmer slowly, hence Crockpot.
Yeah, in a way, bro, in a way. But no, man, we blast off down there, bro. It's, you know, like love is basically consciousness enhancer in every form, you know, subjectively and objectively. It's like,
and he makes a mean ass
Make you better.
kratom, by the way, too.
and oh yeah, I'm
That's
kind of
like
too,
where I
but
always
don't brew
always
in a
thought
crock
of it
pot,
as,
though.
because man,
It's
I mean,
funny. People do think that a lot.
That's what people used to say. I'm like, he's cooking up the kratom in the crock pot. You know what I'm saying? He's like, he's
Yeah.
getting it cooked up and whipping it up for everybody.
No, but it's some stuff that I was leaving in the past, but people kept calling me it, you know what I mean? So it's like, basically, like, I've grown from that state to thinking where I can grow everybody, you know, and I just grow the real ones around me, and then I let them flower other people, you know what I mean, and keep moving and growing, you know what I mean, so I can help more people.
Now, what
And,
about Big Cat? Where does that come from? Like,
Oh man, it's like an old fishing thing, you know. Growing up, you know, I used to be with a couple of buddies of mine named Matt and Johnny, and we started this thing called the Big Cats. I used to go fishing with them all the time. Used to not catch anything, and then man, one day I used to use this jig called the flare hawk, and man, I went out one night and wouldn't catch nothing. Months and months would go by, and then finally I started doing it all the time and got really big into the saltwater fishing. And you know, I thank them all the time, and just the name just kind of stuck with me. So like I kind of like tattooed it on my back and everything with a snook. And then, you know, getting into the rap game, I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna stick with the same name that I got. You know, I'm gonna go with Big Cat. So, you know, I'm hook, line, and sinking on the hook, line, and sinking out there on the salt water. But I mean, hey, I can do. I'm trying to do it on the beat too. So.
now, I got a question for both you. It's going to take a moment.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to run to the fucking pisser real quick. But can you think of anybody at this point that was like low key supporting you, had your back, that you didn't realize till recently, like was there for you? Like they always were supportive, but like until at some point, like you thought they were just in the background, like they were in the background, but they were always there for you, always had your back,
Yeah.
always supportive. Like
Definitely never underappreciated, though, is my boy Charlie. bro, for
Absolutely.
real.
Charlie,
Oh,
straight up
the-
Charlie.
the
tell us about
Instagram
Charlie.
off
What's he
him,
like?
but
Who is he?
that's
Oh
basically
man,
what-
Charlie is kind of like a good friend of ours, and you know what I mean. We met this man, and you know, at first we used to hang out at the Cabo Bar and everything like that, and things started popping up for us, and you know, like there were times where the expense wasn't all there, and we didn't have enough to cover ourselves, or you know, do the things that we really wanted to do and get ourselves out there. And Charlie was one of the guys that would step in and say, "Hey, man, you know what I mean? I'm not worried about it now, but you know, later on down the road, you know, if you guys blow up, you know, just remember me and look out for me and everything like that." And I was like, "Hey, man, you know what? No matter what happens at the end of the day, like I said, we're a family." And I'm like, "Listen, man, we're here for you. We want to, you know, I want to be part of that." And you know, I'm like, no matter what happens at the end of the day, he's always there for us. You know, he's normally like, he's normally here, but happened to be, he's doing a couple things today.
And I feel like that's how it's like easy to tell the real ones. It really is.
Oh,
like,
absolutely,
because
because he's been there from the beginning. You know, since we started, he supported us. He's gone to every one of our shows. He's been there, just like a few other people that we have a part of our thing that have been to, you know, every show. Like we show love to Kane, who also does.
Paints us out every
We
time.
call him Boss Bob. He's the
And
man
does
of the
our
Purple
logo work.
Lotus, and we do. He pretty much paints us up. He shows love. He also does some of our designs and everything like that, and he looks out for us as well, like the CPB logo and the face on the back of our shirt. He wound up helping us come up with the idea. Whoop, whoop, absolutely on that one. And then we either have another friend of ours that's actually going up to Detroit with us. Give him a shout out, Todd. He's gone to almost every one of our shows and everything like that, and doesn't let us down. He is very crazy and weird, but you know what? Hey, everybody has their little weirdness to him. You know what I mean? Even me. You know, at first I used to always dress weird. I used to look weird and everything like that. But hey, you know what? Whatever. Everybody is who they are, and you know, at the end of the day,
Charlie filming all the time and shit.
Oh, absolutely. I do it all the time with Charlie filming it and everything like that. So, you know, I'm just out there, you know, hanging out, doing the right thing, and you know, just trying to live this dream and let everyone see that we have, you know, something down here, and there's something really is to look forward to.
Oh, that's cool, because I've found that there's always somebody in that background that's supportive, and we don't always notice who they are, that they're there for us, they're supporting us, they're helping push us, but they're not trying to take the limelight. They're not trying to get that glory. They just want to see us achieve our dreams. And it's awesome that you guys have recognized those guys that are doing that for you, those people, women, whatever the fuck they are.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. Like, that's like the other half to Charlie, and our manager, like administrative like roles are it's like Charlie, and then also my girl Kimmy, like, and she's like the hardest fucking businesswoman I ever met, dog. Straight hustler, you know. And I wouldn't want to have anybody else, you know, pushing my deals, you know.
Absolutely. No, of course. Absolutely. I mean, there's other people out there, too, you know, that be driving us and everything like that. Like, we do got to admit there is Cosmic out there, you know, that's doing his thing. And then absolutely G-Mo, my homie, that actually just did a song with us and then hit me up and said, hey, man, you should come to California. You know what I mean? And I was like, damn, bro, are you for real? He's like, yeah, man, we'll take care of y'all. You know, just come on up here. So, you know, I was like, man, we got to do this. And, you know, it's just been like a dream come true ever since meeting these guys starting off. And now we're just, you know, starting to take flight into another, you know, area code. And it's just, it's I don't even know. It makes me stutter all the time when I think about it, you know, and I'm so happy.
All the people trying to collaborate with us too. Like
oh yeah, we got a lot of people. Absolutely.
From UK, so we're gonna have a UK rapper on our shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's big too to us because it's like we have like 300 people on our fucking Instagram. You feel me?
You know,
like, we just got started with that shit. You know. But it's awesome because it's like
just pull the mic closer to you. It's cool, so you don't have to lean forward.
It's like we got people with like 10,000 followers, you know what I mean? Like hitting us up trying to collaborate the day that we drop our shit, you know what I mean? And the people that we see in like Hollywood and Miami always showing love too. We show love, you know, networked out there. And people hit us up the next day trying to work, you know? And it's like you see the passion out here.
So
you respect it, you know?
Crockpot. Did your dad hand you a check so you could do this shit?
Fuck no, bro. Make my money, bro. If I miss a rent by a day, bro, my ass is getting kicked out wherever I'm at. You know what I mean?
So what do you do to make your money? Like, obviously you got to work somehow then, because...
Yeah, I make it a few ways. One is working in the shop with my pops, actually, which is like something I grew up doing. Small engine repair, Crockett's Performance. Whoop, whoop.
Whoop.
And basically, we get everything from like Riva and Broward Motorsports and shit that people can't like fuck with, you know. It's like can't fix and shit. And my pops will fucking rip that shit in a day, you know what I mean? And come back and like be like teaching these people who like how do you say, like working for factories and shit like that on the side. It's like teaching them how to do their shit, you know what I mean? It's wild.
So you know a hard day's work, having shit under your nails,
All
coming
day.
home fucking having to scrub the fuck out of them to get that fucking shit out.
I grew up on the track. I learned how to ride a dirt bike before I even, you know, learned how to ride a bike. I had fucking training wheels on my dirt bike.
What about you, Big Cat? You worked an honest day in your life?
Yeah. I mean, jeez. I was out there a lot. You know, at first when I graduated high school, you know, besides fishing, I tried my hands into a lot of things. I was doing a little bit of plumbing here and there and everything like that. And, you know, I would help my dad on the little side jobs doing sprinklers and everything like that. And, you know, just was kind of like learning every kind of trade I could learn at the time like that. And
so put your people at Everglades.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Can't forget about them, you know. And now I'm into this, most of the time I'm over at Everglades, you know, when I when I leave there, my boss and everybody's very supportive. They come out to our shows and everything.
Basically
show
every
mad
show,
love.
though.
Pretty much every show, yeah. And they also do the shirts and everything. They've been hooking me up with the shirts. My sister actually also did the original shirts and everything, so I got to shout her out at ghosttees.com. She normally does a lot of our stuff too. They do hats and everything like that, just like the hat I'm wearing.
I was gonna
and
say
the-
that hat
the
is
shirt.
fucking fresh.
Thank
bro.
you. Yeah, that's the big
Oh,
cat
yeah,
hat.
you
My
made
brother's
that shit.
wearing his
You're gonna
CPB
have
shirt.
to hook me up with her so I can
Oh,
get
yeah.
some gear made up for Blue Collar Genius on that shit.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely, for sure.
Yo, and also I forgot to mention. Well, didn't really forget. It was just
Didn't
thinking
get a
about it.
chance. Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's all good. It's like I tend to like elaborate or take time between like elaboration and like go on tangents and shit, But that's like you can even see the duality in that, like you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Personalities like in the basic form, but it's like anyway. My main company that has been keeping me alive is actually called Reality. It's REALITEA. Coming with the website for the end of the month. Basically, it pushes everything, all types of medicines from all around the world, like such as Kana for like extra sensory awareness, basically, in like the extract form. But that you would basically mix with other things like vasodilators and things that have been used for millions of years. You know what I mean? Even when we were in our primal form, just like. How do you say? It's ingrained with us naturally, so it works better with the body than most natural, or how do you say, synthetic medicines, which are made from these natural products anyway, But the thing is, you mix like Kana with the vasodilator, like Yarrow, which is something from, how do you say, back in the Sage days, like Dark Ages type, to help with like insomnia, stomach pain, headache, everything. You mix that with some lemon balm and some Indian warrior, which is an African root and flower. Basically, you'll have like a sleep aid. You don't have to take no Ambien or whatever the fuck. It's like that shit's all bad for you and keeps you dependent. This shit is gonna help normalize your body, if anything, and you just have to find out what's right for you. And even my big thing is kratom, really, and that's what I want to
Absolutely,
bring
they
into
love
the
it.
rap game, because kids sipping lean out here, kids taking Percocets, fucking Adderall, all this stupid shit.
Take something legal that's better for you and that's not going to
Exactly.
kill you.
Exactly, for sure, bro. And something that is still like how do you say, in like its how do you say, like basic form. So it's like something that's natural for you. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah,
And
because
we can-
nowadays you don't know what these people are putting into anything they're doing nowadays. People are
Mhm.
dropping like flies. So, I mean, you're better
Yeah.
off doing something that is going to be all right. Hey, you may not like it, but what's crazy is with these drinks, you can mix and match all different types of flavors and everything like that.
And
And
veins is
man,
what they
it's
call them.
crazy.
It's like strains,
so,
But basically, you can mix like a red and white. It'll simulate, for somebody who has like a dependency or DOC, being coke. It's like you mix a red and white, and it actually will simulate like a line, the feel of a line, if you mix like 10 grams into it, and you can make it taste like Gatorade.
I know a
anything.
lot of people use kratom,
Oh, you'll be
especially if they're
fine.
like heroin addicts. I know a lot.
Especially, that's
absolutely.
why in my song Kundalini, I'm like, fuck the cocaine, it's a dope thing.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like, fucking up your nose, man, my green bang,
Well, like I said, I know a lot of people that are in recovery that get on kratom. If I'm pronouncing it wrong, I'm a little fucking drunk. Fuck you.
It's okay.
But a lot of people that bang shit end up doing kratom, and
And they actually can normalize their life and, be, how do you say, productive people for their, how do you say, personal growth, not even just society, and can function normally, Even like certain things aren't good for you though, with as far as like certain kratom products go, like how do you say,
they can mix it wrong. That's not good for them.
yeah, if you take certain extracts, a lot of them actually have research chemicals in them, like from the popular brands and shit, more so than like, how do you say, if you get it from like a local person, you're not gonna have those like crazy things like how do you say, analogs of tramadol and shit. Like I've done research on it, with the, how do you say, looked up PDF files on lab reports of like OPMS and things, and there's how do you say, certain analog of tramadol in there that's considered a research chemical, and that basically is giving you then like, how do you say, high that you're looking for, but at the same
The
time taking
dopamine
away.
jump.
Yeah, it's taking away from you, because then what you're doing is like basically taking a sub. You know what I mean? And people
Like a
if they have,
Suboxone or
yeah, if
something.
they have problem with that, people know that
Methadone.
that's not really like an answer, except in the most extreme cases, you know, because it's still taking away from you. You know what I mean? So it's like, how do you say? You can get either an extract or a powder, you know, from local bars and things like that, and actually, how do you say? Like still simulate what you're looking for, but in a clean way, and at the same time, you know, be productive and not zone out or pass out. You know what I mean? And how do you say? Grow your life. You know what I mean?
Hear ya.
It's like instead of deteriorating.
Now I'm gonna switch it up a little bit because I got into a bit of a Facebook discussion dealing with someone saying white privilege, and I fucking hate that term. I've lived in the political correct term is a predominantly black neighborhood. I lived in the fucking hood, where I was one of like 6 white boys in the entire fucking neighborhood of 20 blocks.
Yeah, I grew up on Copens and Dixie. Woo woo.
And I grew up here in Pompano too.
You
Same
know,
spot.
where being white, the cops would fucking fuck with you because you don't belong in that hood.
Absolutely.
You know, and they talk about white privilege. It's like, I have an issue. It's harassment by law enforcement, and there are good cops out there. Let's be straight. Like,
Oh,
there
absolutely,
are absolutely
there are.
good cops. There's also piece of shit cops out there.
Yes.
I have an issue that harassment by law enforcement, whether it's on fucking minorities because you're black, Hispanic, Latino, whatever, fucking Chinese, whatever, or white, is they're fucking with your constitutional rights. And I hate this fucking term white privilege because privilege connotates something you're given that can be taken away. The Constitution says you shouldn't be fucked with unless they have probable cause that you're fucking doing something wrong.
I mean, if you're being stereotyped by, you know, not only your own race, but then also other races, then, you know, saying like white privilege, talking on that, you know what I mean? Then how can you consider that a privilege? You know what I mean? It's like, for instance, like I was walking out of Target one day trying to pick up sour cream for my girl out of Target, right? Off of Hillsborough. And fucking the super Target, right? And I'm like saying hi to everybody and shit, but I'm like all dirty and shit from the shop, you know? And I'm coming from Hollywood, you know? So then, and I'm in Boca area type shit, just south of Boca, you know?
Fuck.
And
You know you're getting fucked with that.
Yo, straight up, and like this old couple from fucking Ohio or some shit, and I found out later, they're walking out at the same time as me. I didn't even grab a bag, receipt, nothing. You feel me? Like I even like looked the manager in the eye, said hi in the fucking self checkout line and shit, and all I had was a sour cream, right? I'm fucking walking out, pulling out a cigarette in my pocket, and I'm laughing at a joke that the old couple was making, you know? And I guess the cop thought I was with them or some shit, stops me, fucking is like, has his hand on his gun and shit, he's like, take your hand out of your fucking pocket now and shit, fucking slam me on the fucking hood and shit, bro. Fucking run my pockets, right? Put me in the back of the car while I'm in cuffs and shit, right? Fucking asking me, oh, what the fuck you doing in in Boca, like when you fucking in Hollywood, you know what I mean? Like, what you doing all the way up here? I'm like, I just seen a fucking Hollywood cop literally on Southwest 10th Street South, you feel me? Why is it not suspicious that he's there if I'm here? You know what I'm saying? Like, think about it like that. He's stereotyping me, motherfucker, you know what I mean? And like, at that point, I'm figuring, oh, I'm in the back of the fucking car, you know what I'm saying? Like, this guy's running me in circles, you know? So I'm just gonna let it happen, you know?
You can beat
running
the
in
rap, but you
circles.
can't beat the fucking ride.
And I'm not gonna push into it. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna answer it, but I'm not gonna fucking, you know, not answer it at the same time. I'm just gonna run him around too. You know what I mean? And then when that happened, the manager comes out screaming, "Oh, he did this shit. He has cutters in his pocket." He's like, "You got cutters in your pocket?" I'm like, "I don't know, bro. Did you do your job?" You know? And I have respect for law enforcement at all time, but at the same time, I felt like I was being not only stereotyped but disrespected for no reason. You know what I mean? Because then at the end of the thing, like, he takes me out. Eventually, he's like, "Oh, I don't think he has the." How do you say, any like merchandise or cutters. I don't think he was involved, you know what I mean? Like 30 minutes later, you know, fucking takes me out and is like saying all this shit and takes the cuffs off me and fucking throws my keys at me. Man, I let that shit hit my chest, to be honest, because I couldn't, you know what I mean? I'm not going to be disrespected. It's either I'm getting his badge number or he's going to pick up my keys and pass it to me. I have back problems. I've been in car accidents before and shit, you know what I mean? So it's like, But at the same time, I've had multiple altercation or not even altercation, but situations where I've been with police officer and like they completely respected me. I respected them. We went our separate ways and everything was good. You know what I mean? But there's always like good cops and bad cops and like stupid cops. You know what I'm saying? But it's really people. It's because they're all people. You feel me?
Exactly. Well, my big issue with the term white privilege is it insinuates that cops obeying the law is a fucking privilege. I have a huge issue with, like, if there's law enforcement out there that's harassing people based on their race instead of real probable cause, everyone should be. It shouldn't be, oh, well, you got one. No, it's fucking law enforcement's violating motherfuckers' civil rights, and it's a problem. Like, don't put it off to, oh, you got white privilege. That shit pisses me the fuck off, like, big time. I hate the term white privilege because, one, it insinuates not being harassed by law enforcement's a privilege.
And I feel like it's really like a money thing nowadays, to be honest. You know, even the cops be hitting up your phone asking for donations and shit like that. It's like, don't I pay taxes, bro?
Yeah.
Like, what donations do y'all need, bro? You know.
But
I mean?
like when cops are fucking up or they're doing wrong shit, we should be calling, not going, well, you got white privilege shit. Motherfucker, I've lived in the hood where because I was white, the cops are like, what the fuck you doing here, white boy?
Yeah.
Straight up. Like,
That's crazy.
and them harassing people.
Yeah, you go to West Side Park, they'll ask you that for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Go fucking Riviera off 45th Tamarind.
Yeah.
Them motherfuckers, West Palm ain't be fucking playing. You wrong color in that fucking hood, and they
I grew up
fucking with you.
playing ball in West Side Park.
Yeah.
That's the old stomping ground for sure.
So, you both grew up in Pompano. How long did you guys have you guys known each other? Like,
Really, like a year or
About
so.
a year or
but,
so.
Only started working like 6 months, 9 months ago now.
Yeah. But we just developed a big ass relationships, and ever since then, you know, we just been riding it.
Yeah, he was still fishing down in the Keys when we first met. You know?
Yeah, absolutely.
now how far apart did you guys grow up from each other? Because you're both from Pompano, right?
Right.
We grew up like a couple streets away, but
Couple
didn't meet
streets
each
away.
other till we're like, I don't know, you were like 26, 27?
Yeah. 26.
That's fucking
22.
crazy. You guys a couple houses away.
right. Crazy.
Fuck, that's like some root shit. Like same fucking blocks and
Yeah.
didn't even fucking meet each other till later. That's
Yeah, crazy
Right.
shit.
damn. Fuck. You guys went to the same high school or different high schools?
No, I
It's
went
not
to a different
different.
high school. I went to Stoneman Douglas High School out there in Coral Springs. So, and then just happened to so meet him at the Cabo Bar, and things just clicked off ever since then.
Damn. Now, is there any like? Obviously, you guys both had to work to get where you're at, and you guys are obviously an interesting dichotomy where you guys complement each other. Is there any place where you two like are too similar that you butt heads on, or like?
Sometimes on like the perfection of things, there's like a couple of times where like, you know, like I'll be in the booth trying to do one thing, but it'll sound better in his eyes if it's this way, and then like, you know, we'll kind of butt heads at first, but then when I actually sit there and realize what he's trying to say, and do it the right way, and it sounds real good, I'm like, oh, okay, my bad, dude, I didn't mean to. My bad to butt heads with you, you know what I mean? But then, you know, it's like it's just something that he's trying to teach me, and we're working through right now.
So you're learning to humble yourself.
Absolutely, yeah.
Now, is there anything he does that like you're like, damn, Big Cat, you were right on, or?
I mean, of course, yeah. Like, we got a whole bunch of compliments and shit on the new song Flight Zone when we premiered that shit at the Hollywood Unplugged and over on Hollywood Boulevard in A1A. And I didn't expect love on that for sure, bro. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't even done. There was no dubs on it and shit. And we were just, like, having fun, you know? And got a few, like, how do you say, like, really, how do you say, like, gracious compliments on that shit.
That's fucking
Unexpected.
awesome.
Surprising. There we go.
Now, like I said, I was talking earlier about the dichotomy between the two of you, where now that you guys are on the mics, like he's like forefront, but when you're not on the mics, you seem to be like the main driving force. Not that he's not putting in work. I'm not saying that.
Oh, he started putting in work heavy, bro, the last couple months for sure. And I tell him all the time, I'm proud of that shit. You know, I appreciate that shit because, you know, it never works when, you know, how do you say,
one
people
person's
don't-
putting in 100%, the other person's putting in like
Exactly.
75.
Exactly. You gotta always put as much all you got, bro. You know what I mean?
I hear you on that. But do you appreciate what he's bringing to the table? Like he's kind of the off the cuff while you're kind of a planner. You get everything set up ahead of time. Like,
Yeah.
do you appreciate that shit, or is it kind of
I
like,
do. That's why a lot of our shit, he actually freestyles the songs. You know, like we sit there and he runs that shit 3 different times. You know, but what I've been also like working with him on is writing so that we can make a story. You know what I mean? Where it's like he can freestyle stories all day, but it's like you got to get it right there at the studio. You're paying for every minute of your time. You know what I mean? It's a business transaction. You
and
know?
getting continuity, so you're getting your stories told song after song.
Exactly.
So
Exactly. But we record our freestyles all the time, so we're thinking about doing some songs like that too, where we already have shit recorded, you know? And we just gotta go back into, memorize it and then go back in the studio and spit it, you know?
now with his freestyles, do you write it down so you got it saved? Because it's like, damn, that's fucking fire. I got to get this shit down.
That's
Or,
what I'm saying. We take videos of it and then try to listen to it, memorize it, and then spit it back.
and then improve it if need be, or fucking be
yeah.
like, damn, don't touch that shit. Like,
Well, we
dang.
haven't done it yet, really, but we have all the videos. Now we have to memorize certain ones, you know, and then bring it back and make a story with it. You know what I mean? And that's what we're gonna work on with the next EP. Because like this one, like I said, was just like we'd be like, oh, you want to go to the studio tonight? Hell yeah. Oh wait, I booked this week too. All right, hell yeah, let's do it. And then like every week we'd be going to the studio and making a bunch of songs. We made like 10 songs. We put 5 or 6 out on the EP, you know. But everything goes like that, you know. You got to know what to cut and what to leave, you know.
Now, is that
and-
a hard thing? Like,
Definite, but at the same time, it's like something that's necessary, you know. Just like with the ego, you gotta cut it sometimes. You know what I mean?
I hear you. Now, do you guys just make that decision between the two of you, or do you have like a third or fourth party that like's like, no, man, like you guys are like, this is fucking banging, and they're like, nah, it ain't that fucking hot. Like, do you guys
No.
ever have that?
There's a couple of like I mean there's been a couple of shows where people have said a couple things, but I mean
Really?
you know it's I mean like
They
we're
say
just
shit
like
to
you know
me.
just overheard yeah right like just like overheard something like oh you could improve on this or this could be better you know what I mean and this and that and kind of like oh I don't kind of like it you know what I mean but then there's people that are like oh man we really dig it but you know it really don't matter you know what I mean there are some people that probably aren't gonna like it. But, you know, we're not hating or discriminating against them people, you know what I mean? Because we're still out here. There are people that really do like what we're doing. And, you know, that's why we appreciate every single one of those people that are sticking with us at this time.
Hell yeah.
Now, have you guys come into any major hurdles? I mean, you guys have been doing this 6 months now, and like creative differences or anything like that? Or you guys just right now vibing?
Yeah, we just vibe and we let each other do our own like thing, you know, each of our own styles, like, and then when we try to mesh them, that's the goal. So like I said, on the next one, what we're trying to do is create a more holistic being and shit like that. Like whereas right now our styles kind of clash in a way, you know, but it's like a good kind of clash where it turns heads, you know what I mean?
Right.
But overall, like what we want to grow into is something that you know is more holistic. So I gotta work on like toning my voice, and he's gonna you know do the
Work
same.
on the singing part.
Yeah,
That's fucking. Now,
definitely.
is there something like you guys are both dead set on you want to accomplish together? Like you guys both know you're on this same exact path. Have you found that? Are you guys still working
We
towards
just
that?
want success for each other. That's what
That's
So
it.
Flowpathic is too, because that's like
Mm.
basically where we're bringing in other artists from Broward and West Palm, you know,
Right.
and creating a heady ass label. You know,
We
what I
want
mean?
everyone to
That
be happy, you
it's
know what I
like
mean?
real.
And we want success for each other in this family that we're trying to build, you know, not just besides ourselves. We want everyone, you know, to feel like, oh man, you know, I got a talent. No one's ever going to sign me. Well, hey man, here's a spot that's willing to listen to you and hear what you got, you know, and actually
yeah.
give you an opportunity and a chance. And like some of the people that are just here and say no, you know what I mean? Even though we're, you know, growing ourselves, we feel like we're going to expand, and also we want other people to expand with us so they don't feel like they're left out.
But have you had to tell someone no because they just don't have the talent?
There's a couple of people that like we haven't really told them no. We just said that you need to work on a couple things. You know what I mean?
Always leave it open for.
You know what I mean? We leave it open
growth.
for them. We've had him perform on a couple of tracks of ours, but that doesn't mean, you know, we're out. You know, you're out of it completely. You know, hey, you know, look, you're still on a track. You know, compared to most other people that are begging us all the time. Hey, you know, let's do something. Let's do something. Well, you know, we gave someone who never really gets an opportunity like that at all, you know, to do something with us, and we felt like that was kind of special for him. You know what I mean? I'm like, hey, you know, I don't normally do that, but you know what I mean? Like, there's other people that I could be, you know, working with, like bigger time people, but you know, we still try to kick it with the other people that, you know, ain't big and famous and everything like that. And you know, we want them to see, hey, you know, we're here too. You know, if you got something cool in mind or you think would bond with what we got, give us a phone call. You know what I mean? We're down to hear what anybody's got.
Love collaborating. Bro,
Absolutely.
Now, if you guys could say something to your future selves, is there anything in mind you want to like remind yourselves of or tell yourselves? Like, be like, yo, like, don't forget this shit when you get, especially if you get big. And
yeah, definitely be humble and smart with your money. Reinvest everything, because nothing ever comes back if you don't put it in, you know?
Absolutely. Don't be freaking stupid either. Don't do no stupid things. Like, I mean, getting involved with a bunch of people that want you to do a bunch of dumb things and everything like that. And if you got these dreams, man, just push for it, because things will happen. You know, people tell you no all the time. No, it ain't gonna happen. No, it ain't nothing.
Perseverance.
And I'm telling you, this shit is really gonna happen, dude. If you really put your mind to it, it will happen.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a game anymore. You know what I mean? I used to think it's man, this is just a game. It's never gonna happen.
Definitely the turning point is whenever other people start believing in the vision that you have.
Absolutely. When you walk into a place and you see 25, 30 people wearing a CPB, you know, shirt or something like that, you're like, wow.
all right, I'm gonna leave you two to talk to each other and the producer, because I'm about to piss my motherfucking pants.
Oh. Don't do that.
No, I don't want to do that.
Yo, if you want, you could put an instrumental on. You know, we could like freestyle something, or could put a track.
SoundCloud, motherfuckers.
SoundCloud. Get on the Soundy.
SoundCloud.com/SoFlowPathic.
Whoop. Magic ninjas. What?
Hey.
Gotta get a SoFlowPathic.
SoFlowPathic. SoFlowPathic.
You up for Kundalini?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that works, bro.
But Child of the Indigos on that. Oh, and yeah. That's my dog, yeah. He was on Brother, I hope you ain't speaking Spanish again on this.
Kundalini, we tune you to me, so soon you will be like solo a pizza. Causes the east, you cheat just a feast. We cheese to police, so say bye or say peace. Kundalini, we tune you to me, so soon you will be like solo a pizza. Causes the east, you cheat just a feast. We cheese to police, so say bye or say peace.
Yo, that's the gimmicks, keep it real with all this cash. The spooners spit so hard they wanna beat my fucking ass. I'm sorry that me and CP making so much cash. Must mean your pussy better, yet you fucking trash. Moving like a train, they bout to call me Flash. I'm sipping on that Fago, you know my shit be the gas. Smoking on this weed, I call it my hidden stash. Looking for your chick that's doing the monster mash. Running with a hatchet, homie, we on the ground. Run up in your house, you not gon' hear a sound. Killing these hoes, I do it all year round. That's why I always stay wicked with the clown. Ain't nobody stopping me cause I'm out of control. Fucking with my juggalos, you know we on the road. It's CPB till we motherfucking die. So put your motherfucking hands up to the sky.
Kundalini, we tune you to me, so soon you will be like Sulu a pizza. Causes the east, we cheese just a feast. We cheese to police,
Or say bye or say peace.
Kundalini, we tune you to me, so soon you will be like Sulu a pizza. Causes the east, you cheat just a feast.
We teach to police or say bye or say peace. Yeah.
CPB, right back, you know where we be.
The big cat.
Everywhere, G.
My dog started with the cheese.
3, 2, and 1. It's a dope thing. Fuck the cocaine, fucking up your nose, man. My Green Bay, talking with the kratom, man. We got everything, making girls sing up on the scene like a dope fiend. You know how I mean, no lean, just me and my team, glowing like I'm sunbeams, heating up the beach. Even before you see me, feel me release, unleash the beast. We feasting, no peace, no season. We keep fresh off the piece. We don't need a lease, here we like a beast. I let it by the week, shit, we straight off the street, shit, we don't compete, just feed off the tree. Kundalini, we tune you to me. So soon you will be like Zulu or peace. Of course is the east, you cheat just the feast. We cheat to police, so say bye or say peace. Kundalini, we tune you to me. So soon you will be like Zulu or peace. Of course is the east, you cheat just the feast. We cheat to police, so say bye or say peace.
Yo.
It's that sociopathic shit.
We can have it quick.
Yeah.
Coming with the
demented
magic
shit.
like that tragic from the street. Spit it what I said.
Hey.
I'm a fucking fiend for that mental trip to mean up in my motherfucking head, but I'm not a fucking. Ooh. Hey.
You mean a fiend.
Putting some motherfucking fuego out there.
Homie done burnt. In the middle of rapping, you burn your motherfucking brother with a cigarette.
Out here grinding, out here fucking shining.
Shout out to the Indigo on that one. Ooh.
God damn. That's that track you was talking about earlier.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah.
fucking goddamn. Holy
Thank you, brother.
fuck, my
Always appreciate
asshole's
the
tight
love.
after listening to that shit. Yeah. Sorry about that extra lead in. Maybe if you guys are nice, we'll go
Taking that
fucking let
shit.
them kick that shit.
You gotta
Stay
tease
tuned.
them, bro.
Oh fuck, I need a drink after that shit. Holy shit.
Damn.
Appreciate
Damn. Speaking of which, you guys keep saying whoop whoop. What the fuck does that mean for the people that ain't got no motherfucking clue?
Oh man, that's a juggalo thing where, growing up, when originally being part of a juggalo thing, not caring about what anybody says, it's kind of like a lingo, like the words to say to everybody. Like when you greet another juggalo, everyone says whoop whoop, and it's kind of like saying, hey, what's going on? You know what I mean? And the other person replies, if he's a juggalo, he'll say whoop 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 back, or you'll walk up to another juggalo and say, hey, what's going on, my ninja? You know what I mean? And because we're all ninjas out here in our being and what we believe in and everything like that. Besides these other things, with the carnival, we have our own feeling about the carnival and how we run our own little carnival around here in Sofofath. How everybody has like their own little spot and what they do. How they produce to what we're doing and
Now,
give us.
I'm gonna roll you back a little bit. When you say carnival, for people that aren't in the know, don't have a fucking clue, what are you talking about? Like everyone knows a carnival is a circus, but like
Correct.
give them some
It's a dark
insight.
circus.
Like
It is a dark circus, actually. Originally, when the carnival started, ICP did a thing where Violent J, shout out to ICP and Psychopathic Records, who always believe in us and everything, and shouting us out and everything. Violent J had a dream one night and awoke from his dream, and inside this dream, he had woke up in a carnival. And there were in the beginning, there were 6 different beings at this carnival. And when he decided, okay, I have a mythology that I'm going to create that I had from this dream. And he invented these 6 Joker cards, and each Joker card was a symbol that represented something a part of the carnival. And, there was like the Great Malenko, there was the Freak Show, there was the Riddle Box, there was the Wraith, there was many. And, it got into this carnival, and there were other people that wind up joining this carnival. And just like as you would go to like a normal carnival, there's different rides where there's like the Freak Show or the Hall of Mirrors and everything like that. And everyone that was part of Psychopathic Records, who painted up like a clown and believed in this mythology as well, also had their part. Like the Freak Show was Twisted. They had the sound of the Freak Show. They were the 2 demented duos that did their bidding in the Freak Show. Blaze Your Dead Homie, a part of the carnival, was you had to spend a night on the Dead Man's Block, which was one of the mythologies, which was his area where you would meet him and spend a night on his block. The Hall of Mirrors, which was actually a Shaggy 2 Dope, where if you passed away, you would go to the carnival. So and you would have to prove yourself before you went to either Hell's Pit, which is hell in our belief and Christian, believes, and Shangri-La, which is heaven. So that's kind of like where we believe in our own carnival as well. How if you don't believe in, God, which some people don't, and everyone has their own beliefs, and we don't discriminate about that. But, we kind of also have our own belief about what we respect and everything. And that's just kind of like what a juggalo is, At the end of the day, you may fight, you may think we're weird, you may think we're crazy because we paint our faces up and, we drink Fago and do stupid ass things. But, at the end of the day, if you're part of what we are, you're a family, and we always look out for each other. Like there was a time where my brother, the other day, my brother and I were outside hanging out, and he noticed that he had a flat tire. And, you know, besides us, there was another person that asked, hey, do you guys, you know, need a hand? And, you know, just like that, being helpful and trying to be part of our family, even though, you know, he don't know nothing about our music, but he's still wearing our shirt and, you know, tries to represent what we are. You know, that's respect, and that's what we all believe in, you know, at the end of the day, you know, just because I paint myself up and, you know, we're part of a gang and you know, they say we're part of a gang and everything like that. We're not. We're just doing the thing that we love to do. And, you know, some people just don't get it. But, you know, at the end of the day, it's all about family and respecting each other and trying to give people the knowledge that some people that, you know, don't have, you know. And if you're a follower of ICP, then you know exactly, you know, what I'm talking about. But there's some people that aren't, you know. That's why, like you said, you know, some people don't know about the carnival or the whoop whoop or, you know, the other
I've got
things
no
in this.
fucking clue about it. But what it sounds like, and correct me if I'm wrong, it's instead of an acceptance like Christianity to conform, it's an acceptance of your individuality and your insecurity, whatever the fuck it is. Like, they're saying, look, we still hold good values, but we're going to accept you for that fucked up shit that's stuck in your head.
Exactly. Exactly.
For the duality in everybody, you know what I mean?
Because, you know, everybody's done something stupid. You know, everybody's done something wrong in their day. And you know what? Just because it's wrong, you know, depending on how wrong it is and everything like that, we still, you know, everybody has their problems, you know what I mean? And just like me, you know, I had my problems a long time ago, and, you know, I had to really work hard to get through that. And now I thank God, you know, to this day that I'm blessed, that, you know, for what he has done for me, you know, to get me out of the struggles that I had. And just like my brother, he's blessed that he's been gotten out of these struggles, you know, because we never thought we would be at this point in our lives that we are right now. And, you know, it's just amazing to be here. And, you know, I want other people to understand that it can happen, you know. There are times where you feel like, man, I don't want to do this shit anymore. I don't believe in nothing. You know, what am I put here for? You know, what's my reason to be here? And, you know, you should always sit back and look, hey, man, there's always something that somebody is better at than, you know, someone else. And, you know, just like with rapping, we were just blessed to have the gift. I had the gift to be a freestylist, and he has some of the nastiest verses I've ever heard. And, you know, there's times where we sit there and we think, man, dude, thank God that we met and have this opportunity, you know, to be one, you know, and explain what we're about and show that the carnival is not dead, that we're bringing it back from the dead. You know, everyone thinks that, you know, it was a joke and people didn't understand it, and they just always would look at us and laugh, you know, and judge us and like, oh man, they're nothing. You know what I mean? Shoot, I could, to be honest with you, sometimes I think I've worn this outfit, the last 3 days in a row just now, you know what I mean? It's just like being a juggalo. That's the thing, you know, I'll stand on the same block in yesterday's clothes, you know, I could care less about what other people think about me, you know what I mean? Because I am who I am, and that's how I'm always going to be, you know? But if you're always down with us, man, you know, that means a lot to us, you know, and I take that to the heart every time.
So let me ask, because a lot of people who probably are watching this have no knowledge about juggalos. Do you guys have like a certain feeling towards like people that are transgender, gay? Like, do you guys give a shit, or is it like fucking be yourself and we don't give a fuck?
Hell
you know,
yeah.
back in the day, it used to be kind of like that. You know what I mean? We would used to, you know, kind of hate and discriminate, but now it's kind of evolved, and everyone sees how everyone is nowadays. You know, back in ICP's raps, you know what I mean? We would talk about people who, you know, had AIDS and everything like that, and were spreading it and spreading diseases and everything like that, and, you know, how we would take them to the carnival and, you know, take their souls and everything like that. But now it's just kind of like, you know, there are still times where we get deep inside of the craziness that we have, you know, from the past that we have, because there's things in my past that, you know, I still have dreams and nightmares about at night, but, you know, it doesn't matter about that anymore. I just want to show people the light and show them that there is a better way in this life, you know. And some people just don't see that. And, you know, now there's times where, you know, I used to sit back at myself and I'm like, damn, dude, I can't do this anymore. I don't want to be here. And then there would just be this voice in my head saying, wait a minute, there is something more, you know. And finally I've realized that, God damn it, get your head out of your ass and, you know, start moving, do the things that you want to do. And when you do that, man, people will start knocking at your door, whether you believe it or not. Things can happen. It's possible.
Manifestation.
Like Joe Rogan, who is fucking one of the most hilarious men I fucking have
He's
ever
hilarious.
heard, and who I modeled this podcast after, because
That's
Let's-
probably why I
let's-
fucked with it so heavy when I walked in, bro. I was
let's
like, hell
face
yeah,
it.
This is a spot.
One of us is fucking funny, one of us is successful, and I ain't either one of those two yet.
No, you're
But-
killing it, bro.
But he said a great line. He goes, when it comes to people who are homophobic, it's one of two things. Either they're fucking crazy or they secretly love dick.
Right.
Like,
No, I understand
Could be
what
that
you're
way.
saying, because then they always be making jokes about it. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
It's always on their mind. It seemed like, So then, yeah.
like, I just think it's fucking hilarious. Like, oh, we can't have, like, that shit just fucking, like, breaks my head. Like,
Yeah.
do you secretly want to suck a dick?
Surprises
Is
the
that what
fuck
it
out of
is?
you.
Go fucking do it. Like,
Yeah.
get past that shit already, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Honest. That's what I'm talking about, raising consciousness, like, to a point where it doesn't even, you don't even think, like, the separation like that, like, by, like, sexuality. Like, that's stupid to see separation between two humans because of their sexuality.
Yeah. It's just a nonsense because, I mean, there are a few people that we know that, that listen to us that, are like that. And, I could care less, you know what I mean? I hear them talk about it all the time, and I'll play around with them, and do the voice and everything. Like, hey, man, it don't bug me because, at the end of the day, we're still family. Because I know at the end of the day that no matter what, if I needed something, that person is still going to be there, whether he's gay, homophobic, or whatever, and he's still going to be there.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah. That's dope.
It's just, there's a lot of shit going on in our fucking society right now. And I don't get a lot of it. I really don't. Like, from my point of view, it's about accepting people as humans. We're all fucking human.
Absolutely.
And a lot of shit, like, I feel that we should be angry about. There's a lot of people that throw it behind words like fucking
Yeah, I don't do that shit.
anti-vaxxer. Like, no, look, we fucking eradicated shit. Like, you're worried your kid's gonna have autism? Like, we've already disproved that fucking doctor was full of shit. So accept the information and stop killing your fucking kids.
I
Absolutely.
can feel that.
It's just like
It's to just generate money.
exactly, like, the fact that people make money off this shit is fucking.
It's insane. And it's tax heavy, bro, because of all this, like, the sterility and shit like that. It, like, to sterilize something doesn't cost as much as they're charging you. You know what I'm saying? So, like, they're doing virtually nothing, letting a machine do some work. You know what I mean? And then fucking charging you 4 times out the ass for it. You know what I mean?
It's fucking
It's
insane. Like, people are against Planned Parenthood. I'm like, we've already have the fucking data. We have all this information. Like, a woman who doesn't want to have a child out of wedlock, that kid's fucking at a disadvantage. It's not fair to the kid. Why take those rights away? And more importantly, if you're a fucking dude who's trying to fucking legislate that shit, like, how about respect a fucking woman's rights?
Yeah.
To fucking,
Absolutely.
Yeah. I feel that.
and don't get me wrong, because I've been there. Like, it sucks when there's a woman you care about who tells you she's pregnant, and then she tells you, by the way, doesn't matter whether you want this kid or not, I'm having an abortion. It sucks.
Well, yeah, of course. If you want the kid, it definitely sucks. But either way, you're seeing, like, it is, like, her choice at the end of the day, even though you're a constituent of it. You
Well,
know what I
more
mean?
importantly, it's her fucking life on the line.
Yeah.
Like, it sucks because you love, but if something goes wrong, that's her fucking life.
Yeah, that's true.
Like,
Absolutely.
Who the fuck am I or you to tell a woman she's got to risk her motherfucking life
Very
to
true.
give you a fucking kid?
Very true.
And yes, it sucks if she tells you, I'm keeping it, so now you're financially responsible. But let's be honest, dude, you fucked
Yeah,
that bitch
part
without a
always sucks,
condom.
innit?
What'd you think? You gonna get a new motherfucking car out of that shit? Like,
Yeah.
the likelihood of that shit happening, you knew if you didn't know, you should have known.
Yeah.
They make condoms.
That's true, though.
You could get them motherfuckers for free. You can go buy them. Like, it is what it is. Like, own your shit.
Absolutely.
Now, you got a girl.
Mhm.
Do you got a girl currently?
I do not.
Ladies, hit him the fuck up. He needs his dick sucked.
No, man, we talked about that the other day. We're focusing on our business, letting that come after. You know what I mean?
So you can suck his dick, but you out the door afterwards, bitch.
Unless you come up with the business plan.
Right.
And then you're allowed to stick the fuck around. but
Yeah,
you gonna
give
be
it to
working, bitch.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah, I just, yeah, I'm different about my things. You know what I mean? Like, cause I've been in a few relationships that have been, you know, like hard with me on that, you know, and with the baby thing and everything. And those are bad memories. You know, I've had times where like I was with a chick for a long time, and like one of my first relationships, and things just, you know, didn't go out right at all, and she wound up wanting to be with someone else, and child wound up didn't being ours, and you know things just
Yeah, Big Cat too passionate for the ladies.
yeah,
They can't
yeah, you
handle all
know,
that,
people,
bro,
you know,
what
when
I
I
mean?
was raised, you know, my mom was always taught me to be a lover, not a fighter, you know, and that's just kind of how I was, you know, and I tried to give everyone, you know, I always, you know, even before rap, I was a giver, you know what I mean? I tried to help everyone else that was, you know, that didn't have it better than,
That's true, though.
you know, I did at the point, and you know, my parents weren't rich. We were middle class people growing up, but you know, at the end of the day, you know, when I would make a little bit more than what I didn't have, you know, I would try to be there to help others, you know what I mean? Even if, you know what I mean, that didn't have it like me. There were a few friends, you know, that would mean that were going through a bad habit and that needed to go to rehab. And, you know, there were times where I would step in and be like, listen, man, you don't need to go do that. You need to go to rehab, get your life together, get straightened out and everything like that. And then there were times where people that didn't have anything like me, like me, where I'd like just see him. Like there was a guy the other day that I saw that was in a wheelchair, and he was sitting there relaxing and everything like that, and he was coming over to the Cava bar, and it was actually, you know, crazy. There was something in my mind that just popped into my head that was like, you know what, I need to help this person, you know, whether he's homeless or not. He came in and paid for his, you know, Cava as just a regular normal person was, but you know what, I was like, here, man, you know, let me buy that for you. I was like, let me handle that, you know what I mean? I understand you ain't got it like that right now. You know what I mean? I understand you had an accident or whatever, but you know what? I'd like to be there to do something nice for you, because there may not be, you know, someone else that would, you know, want to do the same thing as me, but I care about people, you know what I mean? That's just how I've always been, you know, even if it doesn't matter whether you're white, black, Hispanic, you know, it doesn't matter the color you are or what you've been through, you know, I'm the type of person that's still going to show love at the end, you know what I mean? I support you. So that's just how I've always been, you know, my mom and my dad raised me the correct way, and, you know, some people take advantage of that, but, you know, there's times where you have to sit back and listen like, hey, man, you can't do that. I'm not here as a, you know, just as a bank or something like that to just give you everything you want. That's like some chicks, they'll come up to me and, you know, they want to start a relationship. And I'm like, dude, I'm not like that. You know, I'm not going to get, you know, I'll give you everything you want. But if you can't appreciate me and accept me for who I am, then what's the point of me being in anything with you? You know what I mean? And I'm like, I'm not a bank. I'm not here to give you every single thing that you want. Like, you know what I mean? If you're sitting there like, oh man, let me get $150, $150, you know what I mean? What, you know, I can't do crazy shit like that. You know what I mean? I work hard for the money that I work for, and I pay my bills, and I get by, and I help my parents with, you know, their bills and everything like that. So I'm just like, man, y'all need to relax on that. And then my brother tells me, you know, because I get angry about this shit. I'm like, yeah, I'm lonely, and I feel like, you know, I want someone in my life. But, you know, if that person isn't there to support me and to help me as well, then what do I need that for?
Yeah.
I should just be focused on my music and focused on
Special
what's
K.
in the bigger picture at the end of the day. Because, yeah, like at the end of the day, if we do make it big, the females will come. You know, it ain't about that right now. You know what I mean? I'm about focusing on my music and these bigger shows that are coming up in the next 3 months that we got. And, you know, that's just like, that means more to me than anything in the world. But, you know.
So you're satisfied, happy being alone, if that's what it is.
If that's what it is, you know, at the end of the day, hey,
Okay.
shit. It is what it is, you know? Like they say, you know, anybody can, you know, find somebody. Shit, if I really wanted it that bad, you know, I could, you know, go to the strip club and look at a couple females and everything like that. But I'm just not that type of person, you know? I'll kick back and relax, and, you know, at the end of the day, I'm me and I'm satisfied with my music. When I make a drop hit and I hear a bunch of people saying, oh, man, that shit's dope, you should make a music video to that, like, sending me messages all the time, you know what I mean? That's in my opinion, sometimes that's better than having sex, man. Like, damn, bro, I just got 175 people just hit me up and said this song's dope, you know, at the moment, you know what I mean? And that's, you know, kind of a dope ass thing, you know, for me. And then like when somebody, like the other day, my brother, he posted a video of one of my verses with an anime, and you know, we only get like 50, 60 people looking at our shit, but then all of a sudden I look at it and there's 655 people looking at our shit. I'm like, wow, you know, that kind of actually means something. I'm like, wow, holy shit, or people are actually listening to me. Like, damn, dude, would I rather get pussy or go and do a show with fucking Twisted? I'm going to go and do a show with Twisted. I'm sorry.
Woo woo.
You know what I mean? I don't give a shit how good the pussy is at the moment, man. I'm going to go do that show because I know at the end of the day, that's going to help me out in the long run.
Exactly. And, yo, and what I'm saying, too, is, like, I wouldn't be, you know, with the girl that I'm with. You know, shout out SK_XX4. That's basically our manager, too. I wouldn't be with her if she
Sis.
didn't push me 100% to be, you know, better person in every way. Like even when she's doing it indirectly, you know what I'm saying? I do the same thing for her. So like at the end of the day, like I would be missing a piece of my growth, life, and experience. Like if I wasn't with her, you know what I mean? That's how I see it. So it's like, and it's like I have been in mad relationships, and I don't feel like that about most any of those girls. You know what I'm saying? And so then like to, you know, feel that way, and then not only like be best friends with someone, but then grow that into like business relationship, and then into like a actual romantic relationship. You know, it's like something different. You know, that's something that I can subscribe to.
Yeah,
but,
she used to
like,
sit there and laugh at all the shit that we used to do. You know, we hang out and met her at the Cabo
Yeah,
Bar and
that's
everything like that. We used to sit there and kick back and relax and everything. And then, they started dating and she just stepped into the picture and was like, listen, you guys got something. Like, let's do this shit. Like, let's start
Yeah.
moving and doing bigger things. So my brother was like, hey, man, handle, like getting all the shows and everything like that.
She
So,
helping us get our
like he
presentation
said,
on
like
point and
like
shit.
me being who I am, being the hype man, I'm like shit. I'm just gonna hit everybody up and figure out, see if somebody responds. And just happened to be the twist. It was like, hey man, 420. It's our 7th annual 420 show. We've been doing this for 17 to 20 years. We'd love for you to come up here to Detroit, to where we're from, and do something and hear what you guys got. And you know what I mean? I was like, dude, there was no way. I was starstruck. I couldn't breathe. I felt like my heart fell out of my chest. I was like, man, there's no way I'm turning this down. And I told my brother, and he's like, man, let's do this.
Oh, yeah.
And then all of a sudden, Gmo does this track with us that we're getting ready to release soon. And he's like, hey man, we should come up to California. And I was like, dude, I've never been to California. He's like, well, come on up. We'll take care of you. I'm like, okay.
That's the shit.
I'm like, man, I'm down for this. And then, Orlando hits us up to do a song with Isham, and that was even, bigger than that. So it's just a blessing to be at the point that we're at right now, now just me and my brother. And, I thank it all the time, and everyone that's been there and supporting us right now that, hasn't, really gotten a shout out or anything like that, you know what I mean? But still, at the end of the day, there's so many people, that we're starting to, bring into this. But just know, we love y'all and we appreciate everything that y'all are doing. And, keep
For
looking
real.
us up on SoundCloud and keep motivating us. And, keep hitting us up, if you got any collaborations or anything like that, we're always down to
exactly.
listen to it.
Send
We
us
like
your work,
everybody
too.
else, oh, yeah, you want to do a collab with me? It's $1,000, da-da-da-da-da. We ain't into that, you know
Nah,
what I mean?
fuck
We
that.
believe
It's
in
about the
everybody.
love, passion.
That's all it is, it's about love and passion.
Now, we already listened to 2 tracks of yours, and they're fucking badass in my opinion, but my opinion
Thank you,
matters
G.
more
Thank you.
than fucking
Appreciate it.
everybody else, so fuck you if you don't agree.
Fuck 'em. No, I'm just kidding.
But we were talking earlier, and you guys are a bit more on the modern, but you were talking about you kind of were looking to go old schools, like late 80s, fucking, where it was just fucking that old school
Exact.
fucking beat that just fucking pulled from like a disco fucking track and shit like that.
Yeah, that's what we're trying to create with the new stuff.
Is there any like fucking like track that you guys are like, because it reminds me of the old school, like pre-Nas days, like the old school where guys would just fucking spin an old ass track and guys would get on and just fucking rap to it. It's like that's the kind of direction you're looking to
We
do
really
some
want to
shit?
get to that level, you feel me? And it's all about like putting in the time, you know what I mean? And like being there in the stew and shit like that, But the thing is, it's like, that takes like a certain level of play and reinvestment too. So it's like we're doing what we can with what we got right now, but at like the premier level, that's what we're looking for. Like not even just the 80s, but to like merge certain things too, like the old school. It's all good.
We're still recording.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was
what's up,
talking,
yeah. We're still doing a thing,
Mhm. But yeah, that's why.
Plow! It's the fucking Catalina wine mixer. I'm telling you, man, this shit is crazy.
Are you gonna sing for them?
This shit's fire.
Hell yeah. Thanks.
Thank you. What'd he say? Oh.
That's funny, dog. Hell yeah. good, G.
Xfinity, you suck motherfucking dick.
Fuck Xfinity. Get your AT&T call. No, wait, that is Xfinity, isn't it? Just kidding.
All right, we're live again.
Hey, whoop whoop.
Hey,
we
whoop,
back.
whoop, we're back.
Back from the day.
And we've been recording this whole shit, so we'll replace the live stream with the fucking recording later. Fuck you. If you missed shit, you'll have to watch the shit again.
Yep.
So yeah, like I was saying, we're trying to mix the old school like hip hop vibe, you know, with the so like prior to 80s, mixed with the awesome ass sampling of the 90s as well, with like the trippy ass how do you say, like Tribe Called Quest, Diggable Planet type vibe, the Afrocentric soul type vibe, you know what I'm saying? And then mixing that and merging it and integrating it into the new school like format of like making music, you know what I mean?
So, to take a couple steps back, what metal bands really influenced you?
Well, everything from like, let's say, start like Anthrax, Cannibal Corpse. Then there's also like newer shit like Attila or Chelsea Grin, Attila is actually one of the ones that got me into thinking like, yo, maybe I should go from, you know, this metal into like what I've also, you know, grown up with, which is the rap, and really old school, because I never really listened to like anything from like the 2000s to like 2012 to like, you know, Flapper Zombies and all that. Better Off Dead came out. I wasn't even listening to no new school rap shit. It's like so basically I was just diving into like the old school where how do you say, one second I'll be listening to Jimi Hendrix, you know what I mean, and then next second I'm listening to Notorious Thugs, you know what I mean, and Biggie and all that. And from there, no, you good. You good.
We still got the recording, so we'll fucking replace the fucking live stream with this fucking recording. Fuck these guys.
Yeah, no problem.
Good, G.
Plow. Damn, brother, you should have brought a Blue Lotus maker. Yeah, we got to shout out to Boss Bob on that one with the face paint and everything like that. You know, he always takes good care of us. You know, he showed me how to do it by myself, but man, when he puts his artwork to it, you know, it's really dope. You know, a lot of people don't have it like that. You know, we go and actually get the real paint and everything like that to try to make it plow. You know, make it actually pop out and look at you. You know, because if you've got that UV light on you when you're standing on stage, like sometimes we do, we're like, man, we want to have that. You know, so it surprises people and gets them into what we're doing.
Yeah, at least I'll ask who the fuck, what are they doing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If anything.
So if there's one thing you could tell guys that are going through shit, or women, fucking people that are like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, is there like any piece of advice you'd give them, like other than just keep working at it?
I'll give them the same advice I give like the random Juggalo brothers that we find, you know, floating around like Miami scene, and you know, pretty much at almost every venue we went to, you know, we found like old head Juggalo, and I'll give them the same advice. It's just, you know, stay strong, you know, push, find your passion, you know, and you know, find some community and light, you know.
Absolutely. I mean, you gotta find what you're good at, you know.
What's gonna spark your
Like,
fire?
what's
you know what
gonna-
I mean? What's gonna push you?
Absolutely, and like what's making things happen for you, you know? Some people have something different, you know. Some people want to be a plumber, some people want to do this, some people want to do that. Like at first I wanted to be a fisherman, and then, you know, hey, all of a sudden, you know, I kept working hard at it, and you know, I got into a fishing thing with a bunch of people that were paying me good money at the time, and then I met my brother and I wanted to get into rap, and now these people are wanting me to, you know, come do shows with them and everything, and I'm like, man, you know, if you really work hard for what you believe in instead of just giving up on it and sulking about it and always, walking around saying, oh, man, I'll never be nothing because these people told you that, man. That's just bullshit. I mean, you can, dude, if you really set your mind to something, if you have a goal, like I would sit back and relax. Like sometimes I would do it. I would write it down in a notebook I had at home. I was like, man, I got goals that I want to do. I'm going to try and see if I can make some of these goals happen. Like there was a time where I wanted to make $1,000 and I did. So I checked that goal off. And then there was a time where, you know what I mean, I started writing things down for like me and my brother. I was like, man, I want to, go to a Twisted show, and bam, that was one of the things I checked off. And I was like, man, if these little things can happen, then I was like, let me put something bigger in it. I'm like, let's have Twisted call me to come open up for them for a show. And then bam, all of a sudden, what the fuck? Did this really just happen? I wrote this in a book, and now all of a sudden these guys are like, hey, you need to come do a show. I'm like, holy shit, this really just happened. All right, I'm going to keep writing in this book. You know what I mean? This book is like a magic book. There's got to be something cool about this book.
Is your intention.
Right. It's got to be something, you know what I mean? Or it's got to be, the heart that I have and that I'm putting into it, and that's what I feel.
Or rolling a joint or anything, the intention you put into is going to affect the quality that comes out.
Oh, of course.
I can tell that you're speaking the heart, everything that's coming out of you. I'm getting chills every time you speak. You sound a lot like everything that I think about, everything that I say. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you just got done telling somebody, like, if you really want to do something, man, set yourself some goals. You got a month goal, you got a year goal, you got a 5-year goal. Like,
Hell
put
yeah.
goals down. See shit. Achieve one thing.
It did work for us.
Exactly. Feel that momentum.
Yeah, absolutely. And you don't ever stop. You don't let nothing get in your fucking way.
You don't.
Exactly. Yeah, rest in peace, Nipsey.
But I feel you on that shit too. It's like.
Oh, yeah. I mean, like, when I was sitting in there, dude, it was like my whole family was there. I was with this chick for 4 years, and it was like one of the first relationships I had ever had. And, like, I had gave my heart to this chick. And to stand there in the operating room and this child come out to not be mine, and not only that, but God forbid, I'm not racist or nothing, but it wound up coming out a different color. And it was just like, this happened
So
years
you
ago,
right
and it
there
was
on the
just like
spot.
the worst.
I didn't know it wasn't yours.
Oh, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it was just like the worst thing that could ever happen to me. And you know what? That's when I would sit back, when I sat back and I said, what the fuck am I doing here on this earth? Like, why would you do this to me, God? I thought you wanted me to have happiness and everything like that. But you know what? He was like, listen, this is just something that's, I felt like this was just a little sidetrack to try to sidetrack me off this path of light that I have, that I want to be in my life. And you know what?
it is, 'cause
Even
it'll
at
make you
that
grow.
point, it still didn't stop me. It stopped me for a couple of months, but then all of a sudden my brother said, you know what? Fuck that shit. Let's get back into this music thing
Hell
and let's
yeah.
see where this shit is going to take us.
Hell
And
yeah.
boom, all of a sudden, like I keep saying, it took off, and these people are hitting us up, and they want to see what we can do. And you know what I mean? God forbid, there's a lot of people that don't, but we're trying to put this out there so other people can actually understand what we're about and see what we have. There's, we don't discriminate against anybody, and like we keep saying, if you want to do something, always give us a call. But we're here for you. You know what I mean? Even if you want to just talk, I do a lot of live videos a lot of times when I'm working and everything like that. I'll put a beat on or freestyle or ask a bunch of people a lot of questions and everything like that. So you could just hit up CPB's Instagram and everything
Yeah,
like
for
that.
sure.
And
SoFlo Pat.
so for CPB SoFlowpathic on Instagram, you'll see a crazy looking face.
SoFlo_Pathic.
Absolutely. And you'll see that. And I'm always on the live, you know what I mean? Most of the time when I'm at work, I'm always on our live, doing a couple things. I'll put on a couple beats of freestyle, and I ask everybody questions. And I tell them, hey, how's your day, guy? I ask everybody the same thing. How's their day going? And if there's any questions, what do you got for us today? Ask me something. How's you, what are you thinking about today? What's on your mind? Besides what else we're doing, you know what I mean? I shout out all the things that we do. But besides that, we try to do things and try to explain, what we're trying to do. But don't ever feel alone, because if you ain't got no one to talk to and you see us on the live, man, and you got something to say, shit,
Yeah,
just hit
say
me
some
up and
shit.
say it, just say it. I'm here for you. I'll talk to you. Even though it could be something totally irrelevant from what I'm saying. Just ask it, dude. I'm here. If I can help you out with it, just let me know. I'm here to help you out.
Yeah, the heartbreak shit's a motherfucker. But coming back from that and being able to get back on track and seeing where you're going and continuing.
Yeah, that's what it's about.
It's inner power, man. That's what
Absolutely.
it's real deal. I'm a deep lover too.
I am him.
Real, bro. I love deep. You know what I mean?
Oh, I do. It's just the way I hate that. It's one thing I've started to regret the hate, but I'm like, man, I love it sometimes too. But I'm like, man, it's just so, it's bad, when you find it like that and you've had so much, you know, and you're like, man, she's, you know, you think you found the one, and then all of a sudden you just,
Not the bottom text, but the text above it. Read that one. It's exactly what came out of your mouth. That's real shit.
Yeah, you think I could use the restroom real quick?
Yeah. We're just recording the fucking live stream died on us. So the rest of this shit is fucking just. We're gonna go with the recording and everyone can catch the fuck up later. Fuck them.
dope.
Fucking goddamn piece of shit. Xfinity.
Space is under that paint.
I know that's fucking some hard shit though. Fucking a baby coming out, fucking not yours. And
Yeah.
you thinking, dude, I'd have lost my motherfucking shit. Like,
Oh, I did. You know, like I walked out to the car, you know, to my dad's truck, and I used to, you know, I knew he had a 9mm always in the car, and at the time, you know, all this shit was going through my head. Like, dude, you need to just fucking do some crazy ass shit. And I was like, you know what? Is it really worth it at the end of the day to do something stupid like that? No, it's not. You know, you've got a bigger picture. You've got a better life ahead of you if you stick with what you're doing. That's just a little sidetrack to kick you off balance and to make you feel like you fucked up, you know, that you're nothing to this world. But yet, I kept going, and, you know, that little push, that was like a push to me, you know, at the end of the day when I kept thinking about it, and I felt sorry for myself, and I wanted people to feel sorry for me. I was like, no, you know what? They don't need to feel sorry for me. That was a blessing in my eyes, because thank God, you know what? Because she would have probably kept doing it, you know, if it might have, you know, actually been the same color. It might have been mine, you know what I mean? It might not have been. Who knows what could have happened, you know what I mean? But thank God at the time that it did happen, because now I'm on a better path, and, you know, I got my brother and everything with me, and, you know, my family that's supporting me, and everyone else that's, you know, wanting to be a part of this sociopathic thing that we're doing. You know, even at my job, you know, everybody's like, damn, these delivery places that I'm at, they're even buying shirts, you know, wanting to be a part of everything. And, you know, even at the end of the day, just remember, I gotta give my guys here that are, you know, doing this podcast with me and everything, shouting me out, everything, they're gonna get a couple shirts and everything. But if you definitely want to get anything, you know, hit me up on my Instagram. We do always have that and everything. But Soflopathic at CPB.com, Soflopathic CPB with the underscore. Just get on that.
SoFlow_CP. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, we get the mixed up, too.
SoFlow_Pathic.
And apologize, we lost the fucking internet, but the full shit that you missed will be back up after we're done with this bullshit. But this is fucking some good fucking shit. You missed some good shit. But fucking Xfinity's fucking us, because, well, that's Comco, the fucking cast for you. But we're back live again.
How y'all doing?
Yeah, everyone's going to see. Oh, messages are rolling in.
You want to do some freestyles?
You want to do some freestyle? Damn. Y'all motherfuckers want to hear some freestyle. I want to hear some motherfucking freestyles. Y'all fucking badass. You got something for us? Or I'll put him on the motherfucking spot. Like, yo, give us something.
Gotta look for a beat. Thanks, G.
You want a beat? Oh, I'll give you a motherfucking beat, but I can't promise it's something you're looking for. Hold the fuck on.
Yeah, I mean, we can run it, but let's turn it up.
bitches feeling annoyed, playing motherfucking games, and they thinking that it's a boy shit. I give a fuck what they saying, I'm Super Saiyan, I'm playing, but better yet in the game, they think I'm slaying. Ooh, I get the tracks, get the flow, that's where I'm at, and they call me Big Cat with my brother, and I'm the Magic Hat. Just a little something for you, you know, a little something.
Just a little song.
That beat was produced by MK2.
Kept it clean for him. You know?
Oh, fuck keeping it clean.
That Outcast shit.
That was fucking dope as shit. And yes, I was listening even though you motherfuckers didn't see me. Oh, fuck.
Hello.
Oh, he found the puppet. That I was fucking impressive. You guys just came that off with that shit, just fucking bam off the fly. Fuck.
Off the fly.
Got more beats, bro?
I like that
They
one.
want another
We've been looking for a
motherfucking beat.
piano
Let's
beat
see if
like
we
that
can
with
find
some,
one
like,
they
guitar and
like.
shit.
We gonna find one that they vibing with.
That's cool. That's some wicked shit.
I'm a certified hustler, and you just a buster. You come around, big cat about to cut ya. Bitch, I'm going in, you going out. When I go north, how your bitch gone south with the mouth, spitting this fire flame like a drought. And my breath is fucking fire, and it's coming out the mouth. Yeah, it's running through my brains, it's running through my brain, and ain't nobody gonna stop me. They say I'm insane. I'm all about this fucking money and this freak show. Back to the carnival, the places that I roam and go. I'm underground, and my mom's a fucking Liam, and everybody looking at me and my brother. We famous, yeah. We jump around with the big cat sign, with that soulopathic flow, and I know that it's our time. Ain't nobody gonna stop us. See, we up in the sky. Hey, we flying to them new places and getting so high. Hey, I'm smelling this aroma. They think I'm smoking the Zoma. I'm just waiting for my time, and they loving it. I'm a goner. Hey, I'm about to go ahead and slit they throat. Hey, brother, tell them how the fuck we about to go and flow.
Riding through the moat, I don't need no fucking boat.
Nope.
Pick up 666, yeah, you know just how it go. Let me flip it to the 9, seeing stars, I am divine in my eye. What I said, yes, the astro fucking shine through. All types of dimensions, I got my brew. What I said, I'm flipping for ascension. What about you? Doesn't matter, dude. What I said, you out here flipping too. Get up on your fucking positive tip too. Hey, fucking up again, but it doesn't matter, man. Always got my fucking pen, and my mantra is my man. In the land of the lost, you about to get tossed. What I said, coming through when you know we always floss with the motherfucking brew. That's the crate on my dude. I'm always up sipping on that shit. What about you? Come back through. What I said about motherfucking 2 when I still got you on point, my motherfucking dude. What I said, hey, sipping on the fucking joint. Now we coming back through, making motherfucking points. It's all facts everywhere we go, spitting fucking tracks with my dog. What I said, that's that motherfucking cat. Where it's at, hey, where it's at. Where it's at, ayy, that's the motherfucking pet, ayy.
Where it's at,
Where it's at,
where it's at,
where it's at,
where it's at.
that's the soul flow motherfucking pet.
Where it's at, that's the soul flow path. If you want it, we gon' cause a bloodbath. Smoke and shatter, I'm the motherfucking mad. Fucking now the talking shit, but bitch, y'all already know it doesn't matter. Hey! Killing that shit on the track. And my brother's coming it up with like that.
CPB.
Yay! So for Patrick. Whoop whoop. Whoop whoop. Magic Ninjas, what?
Any of you motherfuckers were questioning these dudes' fucking talent. They had no clue what beat I was putting the fuck on.
I like that though.
I just threw some shit on, and they fucking put it motherfucking down.
Hey, thank you, brother.
Yeah,
Dude,
thank
that
you.
was some
Appreciate
fucking
it.
hot shit off the fucking cuff. You ain't gonna get a show like this nowhere motherfucking else. Holy fuck. That Busta Rhymes, you better watch your motherfucking back.
Oh,
They
that's
coming
one of the
hot like
legends.
that.
I look up to him, man.
Mhm.
He worked with Q-Tip and fucking Tribe Called Quest and all them. Made some funky ass shit, bro.
Mhm.
That's the goal in the end. Make some funky ass shit that never die, you know?
But that was some, like, dude, you guys had no clue what I was gonna put on. You're like, I can vibe with that fucking beat and fucking put it on. And these artists, by the way, are fucking put their shit up on YouTube for this type of shit. Like, straight up, these motherfuckers put up dope beats to be used like this, and that's fucking awesome as fuck.
I appreciate that. Absolutely. We're
Yeah,
trying hard.
definitely. Want to check those beats out for sure. The piano one and the last one that you played.
Absolutely.
Like, some of these motherfuckers put out some serious shit, like, professionally, but they were kind enough to release this shit out for fucking public domain.
Yeah, public use, yeah.
And that's fucking bad as fuck. And you guys just put fucking fire on.
Thank you, bro.
I better get a motherfucking fire extinguisher and shit. Somebody call the motherfucking fire department. This shit's
Somebody
on.
call 911.
Yeah, fuck yeah. I think my roof's on motherfucking fire. God damn. That's like a fucking dime piece walking in saying, I'm going to suck your dick and fuck you good. Holy
Yeah,
fuck.
well,
That's
you know,
crazy.
every time we go somewhere, we got to burn the house down, bro.
Absolutely.
Damn, that was fucking. I don't know. You're like, yeah, we'll just drop some motherfucking beats. Let's do this shit. Holy fuck. When you guys all put up on a fucking performance at a fucking venue, that shit's got to be fire.
Thank you,
Yeah, it's
brother.
pretty good. Yeah,
Yeah.
we try. We do
Should
the
come
best
out
we
sometime,
can.
bro. You know, we'll get you some merch and shit like
Absolutely.
I ain't even worry about that. I just come out to fucking watch y'all spit. I don't give a fuck. Roll up on my motherfucking Harley and be like, I'm here to see them crazy CPB boy
Hell yeah,
motherfuckers.
bro. You be sitting with us VIP in Miami, bro.
Absolutely.
I don't even give a fuck about VIP. I just want to see that shit fucking listen to y'all spit. That's fucking hot.
Thank you, brother.
Keep in mind, I came up on some fucking, Nas fucking level shit.
Hell yeah.
Of course, shout out to my
Much
boy
love.
fucking Everlast. I don't give a fuck. That's my motherfucker. I
Hell yeah.
listen to
Everlast
shit.
is the
Absolutely.
dopest, bro. Dopest dope. I love
Now,
that.
If y'all could collaborate with anybody out there that you're not
shit.
collaborating with right now, one person, who would you pick? Like, if you could just go, like, it's going to happen because I said so type shit. Like, that motherfucker either puts down hot tracks or they just fucking can produce like a motherfucker or any of that shit. Like, who's that one dream make-a-wish motherfucker out there for each of you?
Damn.
Dead or alive, like you can even fucking reach back and say like Biggie, Pac.
I mean, yeah, you could always say that, but like to be honest with you, in my eyes, to be real, if I could do a song right now with like Tech Nine, dude, that'd be like a dream come true. Cause that man can spit. He's like a lyrical god, and dude, it's crazy. Like if y'all think like I give Eminem all his respect that he, you know what I mean, yeah, that he has and everything, and he's still one of my favorites. But man, when it comes to spitting fast as shit too, and like with knowledge and everything, that boy Tech Nine on his shit.
What about you?
Bro, it's hard, bro. It's hard, man. It's hard. I have 3 people, and it's Beast Coast. It's like either Denzel Curry, Michi Darko, or Eric Dark Elliott, which is the producer for Flatbush Zombies and Michi Darko and all them. But Michi Darko is my favorite rapper out there, really. So if I have someone on a track, it would be him. Yeah.
Now, if you could perform with, I know it's a total shift of genre, but if you could perform with a heavy metal artist, who's that band?
Oh shit. Yo.
Put you on the spot like fucking out of left field and shit.
To
what's
be
that?
dope, dog, I'd fuck with Metallica.
I could see that, but really, bro, for real, I have to say something like Acacia Strain. Yeah,
Okay.
bro,
I could see that.
definitely.
Now, following the same vein, because like for me, the first band like that I clicked with, that I saw no adult supervision and shit, like I'm just out there doing whatever the fuck I want, was fucking Pantera.
Okay.
Like, I'm fucking at the old West Palm Beach Auditorium, which don't exist no more. It's some fucking religious shit or some shit if they haven't tore that. Oh, no, I'm sorry. It's a Target now. But, like, I saw fucking Pantera 15, 16 years old. My boy drove a fucking car, his mom's car. She let him drive it. We're both 15, 16, fucking smoking some shit. seeing Pantera, no parents. Yo, girl, whoever the fuck you were that I let borrow my fucking flannel, you was fucking fine. Sorry, I fucked that shit up. My bad. But like, I crowd surfed for the first time. Like, they fucking walk was like,
Fuck yeah.
like
That
the fucked up part is I went there for Offspring because I was a little fucking
Oh, hell
didn't
yeah,
know
I fuck
shit.
with that.
I didn't know shit about, but it was Pantera and Offspring, and fucking I literally heard Pantera for the first time live. Dimebag Darrell was still fucking alive. The drum, oh my god, it was. I
Damn, so you
felt-
never even heard it before you went there and fucking witnessed
Yeah,
the,
I was there
the
for-
fucking shit.
I was
yo.
there for Offspring, like no
That'd be
lie.
intense as
I
fuck.
was a basic ass motherfucker.
They put you on?
15, 16-year-old little jit. But when Walk came the fuck on, like, dude, there's like this 25-year-old motherfucker, 6'2". He's like, yeah, dog, I got you. Get in the motherfucking pit, crowd surf. I got you. Like, you're good.
Wait a minute. You're talking about Walk. God damn, that's actually so crazy how that song that you just brought that up. Actually, at Astronomicon, Blaze selected a fan that was standing out in the crowd, and they actually did that song together as like a karaoke thing. So it's actually kind of funny. That was like the first time I actually really got to hear that song, and it was like, you know, I really listened to it, and then you telling me it's your favorite song. I was like, wow, man, that's kind of interesting.
But, like, no, I'm in my formative years. I don't know shit about shit. And they come on, and he's like, dude, fucking handle your business, stand up straight, be a man, fuck what everyone else says. If they ain't down with you, fuck them. I was like, God damn, this shit.
Yeah, grow yourself. Inside out theory, bro. You grow yourself and the people come, you know?
So
Rather than, you know, trying to make people come and then grow.
you got a band like that like, you're young, you're fucking, don't know shit about shit, that, like, you want no parental supervision, you saw them, they, like, just got you like that.
Yeah, it was Attila and Chelsea Grin for me. And, like, Volumes was there, I guess, too. But opened up, like, 2 different pits in the fucking spot, bro. It was, what's it called? It was in Lake Worth. What the fuck was the joint called? It was the Speakeasy. And fucking the back room and shit was, like, big as fuck. But at the same time, it was, like, pillars and all of this shit in it. So both the pits combined and fucking, yo, it's, like, straight up. Both of the fucking pits combined, and it was, like, just one big pit, the whole place, dude. And it was awesome. Like, actually got in a fight at that show because my girl fucking got thrown the fuck out, or thrown the fuck down by, like, some big-ass dude. But fucking, and I actually met, like, a random-ass kid who got me back into rapping, that I knew, like, a long-ass time ago, got me back into rapping. And like, that was years before I even, like, met Big Cat or anything like that. But that's what started me on my journey to meet Buddy, you know, my brother. And so that shit's crazy too that you asked about that. And yeah, I was cross surfing all that shit. Had my girl got thrown up in the air by, like, some dude to crowd surf to, and then I was like, yo, I gotta try that shit. So dude fucking slung me in the air, bro. It was crazy as fuck. And but yeah, it was crazy that you asked about it too, because, like, I met the kid who was, like, my first producer getting back into, you know, hip hop and shit like that.
Right on. Big Cat, is there, like, that one band you went and saw live that just, like, fucking grabbed you by the fucking heartstrings and, like, drew you in?
Man, damn. Yeah. Yeah, I guess it would definitely just have to be Twisted, man. Ever since, like, I got into that shit, like, and I started listening to them and the words that Jamie and Monoxide would say, you know, it was just like it would attract me. And then, you know, all of a sudden, like, I would dream about going to one of their shows and, you know, just never had the money or time to go and do it. And then all of a sudden, you know, I go to this Astronomicon and, god damn, you know, I'm standing there painted up with a buddy of mine, you know, my boss from Everglades, and we're walking through, and then all of a sudden I hear this voice in the background, and it's like, yo, what the fuck's going down? Everyone, you know, you hear everybody gathering around and everything, and I turn, I'm like, dude, that's got to be fucking Jamie. Like, there's no other voice. Like, you can hear this voice, and, like, if you hear him in his music, you're like, dude, it's fucking Jamie. There's no one else. That's him. So I go walking in, and I'm standing there, and I see them, and I'm like, dude, I'm fucking starstruck. My heart's fucking falling out of my stomach. I'm like, oh my God, they're standing right there in front of me. There's no way. And I'm like, now, I'm an artist at this time, and I'm like, still an artist, but I fuck with these guys. Like, I'm like half an artist, half a fan at the time. So I go up there, and they autograph my jersey, and I'm talking to them and everything like that. And these boys are like, hey, man, you need to
you know, I'm like, dude, I'd love to do something with you guys. And they're like, yeah, man, we'll talk. But like, they're like, after this thing's over, come meet us, you know, at our room and everything. So, you know, I go and meet these guys and everything, and then things just started popping off from there. But man, it was like the craziest thing in the world to just get to meet these guys and know what they're about. And they were explaining things to me that was actually a lot really motivating, and that was like very inspiring. So that's why I'm, you know, I would have to say it would have to be them, to be honest with you.
Now, do you remember the first rap album you ever heard? See, for me, it was weird because I took this very weird journey. Like, I was a rock and roll grunge rocker growing up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a bit older than y'all. I remember when Nirvana came out and Pearl Jam.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got introduced to this weird-ass band that a lot of people probably heard of called the Beastie Boys.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And from there, it was House of Pain and Cypress Hill.
Absolutely. Damn, I'm surprised you didn't say Cottonmouth Kings.
Cottonmouth Kings were a couple years later.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I'm a little bit older. Like, I remember the
No, I
original
fuck
House
with
of
what you're
Pain
saying.
album. I remember one of the older fucking Insane in the
And-
Membrane fucking, which is weird because the first rap video I remember seeing was Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre.
Oh, yeah.
But the album that like drew me into listening to hip hop was fucking Everlast with House of Pain.
Oh, yeah, when they did, like, Ends and everything like that, man, that was a great.
That was a great album too.
Absolutely.
Whitey Ford. Oh my. But and Cypress Hill, Insane in the Memory. Like from Beastie Boys to that, I was hooked.
Mm-hmm.
Started listening to NWA,
Mm-hmm.
fucking Dre by himself, Snoop Dogg by himself. But like, that's what got me. Like, I still, don't get me wrong, I was still listening to fucking my Metallica,
Oh,
Iron
absolutely.
Maiden, fucking.
Yeah, I went back and forth from East Coast and West Coast, really, like going through like old school to new school, really. It's like so like the first shit that I was listening to was everything from like Run DMC to DMX, like Ja Rule, you know, LL Cool J, all that shit.
Mystical,
then I would go-
fucking Louisiana motherfucker.
Oh, absolutely. I fuck with Mystical.
Then
Absolutely.
I go fuck with like Parliament, fucking yeah, Mystical's the shit. You ever heard of Duru Da Jamaja?
No, I have not.
Yo, that man is a beast, bro. Beast motherfucker. He's an old school like '90s artist too. It's like never like popped off crazy, but like has like wicked content. And
Now, I was always I became a huge fan of Wyclef Jean, especially Wyclef Jean. Sorry, however I'm fucking up your
Jean.
name. I'm sure I'm fucking up your name. Sorry, don't fucking like roast me too bad on the
No
fucking
disrespect,
internet.
man.
But like he did this amazing, and I bring it up like every time. He did this amazing fucking cover remix of "Wish You Were Here" from fucking Pink Floyd. It was like, damn, like this motherfucker's reaching across, grabbing you,
hell
going,
yeah,
"Come here, motherfucker, let me show you some shit." And it was like fucking amazing. Like honestly, I think he's one of the most underrated musician artists out there when it comes to crossover genres ever.
I gotta check that shit.
Yeah, it's like he's talking about like how he grew up listening to punk and rock, and his brother listened to rap, and how it just, you know, being an immigrant, like learning about these two cultures and mashing them together. It was like, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Or it was the other way around. His brother was into punk rock, and he was into, you know, local hip hop.
But
But
the
it's
goal
just-
of merging and integrating. And
Yeah,
stuff.
it was like just it's phenomenal because he's fucking, you know, just both ways. He's fucking spitting fire, but at the
Mhm.
same time like lyrically singing, and he's doing a cover, but then he's putting his own shit in, fucking rewriting that shit, but in a way you're like, fuck me, that's fucking deep.
It is.
Hell yeah. I love shit like that.
So, let me ask you this. You guys are going to get famous. Fucking forget all about my blue collar ass. What arena, like, if you could play anywhere, are you guys, like, if I can play here, I know I fucking made it. Like, I'm where I want to be. What's that place like? You're like, if I play this motherfucker, whether it's the fucking Orange Bowl, fucking someplace in New York, Madison Square Garden?
It doesn't really matter where you're at though. Like, you know, you made it when you headline in a spot like Revolution or some shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, but
Absolutely, yeah. When you're like
And-
headlining that shit.
and
Like,
we're about to get our first taste of it, like the actual big stage. You know what I mean?
oh,
With-
absolutely. When we're
with
up there, we're
fucking Twisted
twisted.
in
I mean,
Detroit.
shit.
I
Like
looked
that's
at
their
the venue,
seventh annual
Crowfoot.
thing. They've been doing it. Besides that, for 15 years. You know, when they used to do it as Psychopathic. But I mean, damn, man, this is just like a. It's gonna be a dream come true because we're gonna be standing there and like from what we've been hearing and everything, there's gonna be over 35 to 4,000 people that are up there, and man, it's just like they say in like all the songs that I listen to. There's a saying that goes, when you're standing there, somebody asked me a question, me and my brother a question the other day, and they were like, "Would you trade 10 juggalos for 100,000 mainstream followers?" And I was like, dude, I wouldn't trade 10 juggalos for 1,000,000 mainstream followers because 10 juggalos in my eyes are priceless. That's like family, and the guy looked at me like I had lost my mind. Like he's like, what the?
That's that old way though. We're not clout
But
searching.
that's
We're
what I'm
searching for
saying.
real
You know,
fucking
we-
people
we
to
be-
make connections with.
I could care less, you know what I mean, about that, all the followers. But you know what I mean? Like, if you're really down with us and you're willing to come out of your way, like there's people that, like when we met this old school juggalo down in Miami, he had heard of us, and this guy drove all the way down from Baltimore, Maryland, to come down and hear us perform. And I
Damn,
was
that-
like, dude, that's a long ass drive to come down from that
Mhm.
far. So I was like, dude, that actually means something, you know what I mean? And that just goes to show you that the respect and the knowledge that we're spitting. There's other people that are, older than us that have more knowledge than we do, but they're respecting what we do and to come down and show
Yeah.
support and, mad love.
should
And we
always surprise
appreciate
me.
that. Absolutely.
Damn, fucking old head like that, huh?
That's what I'm saying. It was just like, he was talking to my brother, and I was like, damn, dude, what's going on? My brother comes up to me and he goes, bro, you need to go talk to him and show love. And, I walk up to this guy and he's talking to me, and he had just happened to have the Hatchet Man, just like I have on my chain, tattooed all over his arm. And I was like, damn, bro, you down with the family? I'm like, whoop, whoop. And he's sitting there talking to me and replies, whoop, whoop back. He goes, what's going on, my ninja? And lifts up his sleeve, and he had just so happened to have every single Joker card that I spoke about earlier, all tattooed on his arm from the original 6 ICP
Yeah,
cards.
straight up.
And was just sitting there speaking knowledge to me, and I was like, damn, bro. He's like, yeah, we come down to here so Flopathic, and we go, that must be you guys. I'm like, hell yeah, man, we really fucking appreciate that. You coming down here from that far to actually hear our songs and want to be a part of what we're doing. We appreciate that. You know what I mean? That's fucking much more Wicked Clown love, and that's something that, it gives me chills. Like at the moment, I just got chills thinking about it, because like, damn, bro, we want everybody to be like that and to understand what we're about and feel the same way.
God damn, that's some solid motherfucking love. Shout out to the old head that's fucking coming, representing, keeping the kids fucking straight and narrow. God damn.
Hell yeah, we poured up for him. too.
Swashkey Johnson got
We
him
got-
on Facebook, my boy Swashkey Johnson.
We actually got fucking that show. We got gifted a fucking, like, we got intimidated the fuck out of us for the first time ever. Both of
Yeah.
us were intimidated, like, to go up on stage in Miami. The second time we went, because it was like different level.
Shout
of
out to Mama Bear
competition
and Papa
shit.
Bear, yeah, for
Yeah,
the bottle
Mama
too.
Bear and Papa Bear gifted us a bottle. Some OG ass motherfuckers, bro, all the way up
Hell
from
yeah.
New York, who came down to perform and shit and ripped it up. And
Sure did.
for real, like, like,
And
like
they
I
sent
said,
us
had
some
us
shirts and shit, and we sent them. I sent them some of our shirts as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
to show some love
exactly.
and everything,
We
because they're from New
exchanged
York and we're
everything.
from a different area. You know what I mean? We show love everywhere, no matter where you're at.
That was pretty much the coolest thing like I've ever received from anyone. Like, you know what I mean? Like, someone like that I look up to gave me a fucking bottle right when I get off stage performing in like a place where we're the only white people there. You know what I'm saying? And then shout out to Sporty Kane too. That man fucking hit
Oh
me
yeah.
up right after with this manager and Shin, made connection with us too.
But you got
Um,
love. Fucking race didn't matter. Like
No,
they were
No,
just
that's
fucking
exactly what he
straight
said.
We don't
love.
believe in
He
that,
was
man.
like,
It don't
yo,
matter
y'all
what
might
color
be
you are, man.
underestimated when you get in here, like off the bat, and that's what happens every time, when it's like a venue like that, it's like we're underestimated until we go up on stage,
Absolutely.
and then we're kings, and that's
Yeah,
exactly
and then
what
they
he
look
told
at
us,
us like,
and that
damn,
was,
bro,
like,
what do these
a
guys
game
got to bring
changer
to
for
the
me in
table?
my mind too. I was like, holy fuck, I can't believe he just said that to me. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like,
it's crazy.
so
That
we're
was
gonna
like,
network, and he's out of West Palm too, so like, we bring him through shit too.
That's fucking cool shit. Like, I couldn't even imagine being like in front of fucking 1,000+ people going, are these motherfuckers gonna be any good? Are we wasting our fucking money on them? And then they're like, Nah, I'm down with this shit. Holy fuck.
That's
That-
kind of like
that's-
how I'm feeling with the 420 thing. You know, I was feeling at first like, damn, bro, all these juggalos. You know what I mean? They ain't heard nothing from South Florida, you know, ever. So I'm like, damn, dude, maybe I should. You know what I mean? How they gonna feel? You know what's the what I don't know if this is what they're looking for or anything like that. But then I'm convinced myself. You know, I've heard of people from Maryland and different other parts of the area. You know, different other states and everything. I'm like, dude, you got some good shit going out. So I'm like, damn, bro, I got a feeling that this is gonna be really good. And we're bringing this juggalo thing up there and everything for them that we're doing, you know. And I'm like, man, I just really hope they appreciate it. So, you know, and just to be standing there in front of that many people and have a sold out crowd and everything, and for us to get to open up for it, that's like fucking. I'm probably telling my brother, I'm like, dude, if I start crying on stage, you know, don't. It's not because I'm sad or upset or anything, you know what I mean? It's just because I'm happy as shit that I'm standing there in front of all these people, actually getting ready, you know, to live a dream that, you know, I never thought would actually. Happen. So, and that's what I'm saying, dude. I mean, my nerves are, my stomach will probably be turning all upside down. I'm ready to do a backflip, but you know what? There's a thing that I have, you know, like when I perform, I just picture myself in a different, I picture myself in a different, you know, in like a safe place, you know what I mean? And I just imagine it's just me and my brother at the Cava Bar, and we're just there in front of a couple people that we know, you know, just performing, and you know, nothing stopping us. So that's like my hopefully my vision for if I stand in front of 3,500 people, you know what I mean? I'm like, damn, bro, we're at the Cava Bar right now. These people ain't there, you know. And then
I'm gonna make fucking, you know, transfer energy and fucking, you know, show love to the crowd, bro.
Absolutely.
That's gonna be my favorite thing.
Yeah.
No, it's interesting you said that, like, because
I probably will pee my pants. That would be like one of the scariest moments of my life.
damn.
That would be like the craziest thing ever, dude. I told my brother, I'm like, dude, this would probably be a moment where, you know, I'll be finishing the end of our last song and I'm probably going to do a stage dive. And I'm like, I'm hoping these people actually catch me, you know, from a different area. I'm like, man, I hope these guys catch me. I'm like, yo, if you're up there and you fuck with me, please be in the front area, you know, when I'm at, you know, on the stage. So that way, if I do jump, you got my back, you know.
Yeah, he kept saying it to me, bro. So I'm like, yo, if you're gonna stage dive, better wait till the fucking end, son. You know what I'm saying? We gotta keep going no matter what, bro.
Right. Can't jump after the first song.
no, they're carrying your ass the motherfucker away, and you ain't making it back to the stage.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, oh shit.
You with the mic. I'm all the way the fuck over here.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Oh fuck. Now, but you said something that's kind of important. Like a lot of people don't realize, like, strong men, people like don't believe that we fucking cry, but we fucking do. Like that sadness comes out, but we usually like hide that shit to moments by ourselves.
Right.
Like you've become comfortable enough, like you could let that fucking like, oh my god, this is fucking happening, come out, and that's fucking impressive to me. Like I don't like I could see it happening for me, but like I'm like one of the, like yeah, I cry straight up. Like I've cried over fucking shit. It's reality. But doing it in front of that many people, like accepting them, like, dude, I'm just happy I'm here. Like that's straight
That's
fucking
beautiful, man.
G shit.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, because you know, when I was talking to Will about everything like that, you know, these openings, you know, you know, some people don't get to actually do it for free. You know what I mean? Some people actually have to go in and actually pay, you know, anywhere from, you know, $600 to $700 to $1,000 to get to open up for some of these artists like that. And you know, it was just like I tell my brother, it was a fucking blessing for these people to hit us up and actually say, hey man, we want y'all to come up here and do this. And you know, I'm sitting there looking at him like, dude, we're opening up for legends. And not only that, we're going to be in front of all these fucking people. I'm like, dude, when they move the curtain or whatever's going to happen, dude, and I see all these people there, I'm going to be like, holy shit. Like, I don't know what's going to happen. You know what I mean?
We're going to have Boss Bob introducing us.
Oh, absolutely. You know what I mean? We're going to have our clown boss, you know, doing our thing, you know, opening up for us, getting us all prepared and everything like that. But I'm still going to be standing there like, oh my God, 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 oh my God. But then I'm going to be like, you know what? Fuck it. It's going to happen.
Nah, I can't be like that, though.
No,
Yeah,
but you know what? Then when I come to realize when the beat drops, it's gonna be like a whole different point of me.
Oh, I already see, because I already, like I said, I already saw it, like fucking Big Cat's like all reserved, and then as soon as it's fucking action, like he's like, I'm here, motherfuckers.
Yeah, I'm here. That's like what my brother be getting on me a lot about, because like how, like you said, we're different in our type of ways. At first, I wasn't really good at going to the studio, like recording, because the thing with me is I'm better with people around me because it motivates me to see these people standing there watching me do what I do. So like when I go to a performance, I always do a really good job. Like I may have to tweak a little something, but I always try to make a good impression on the fans and the people that are there listening to what we're doing. And my brother used to get on me all the time. He's like, man, when you go to the studio, you need to do that same damn thing.
Yeah,
And
for real.
most of the time, I'll be in the studio and I won't do that because I get so nervous because I'm standing here in front of a mic. But yet, when I'm standing in front of a mic in front of a bunch of people, I'm like, man, I could do this. Nothing's bothering me. But like, you know, when it comes down to it, you know, we've only been in front of like maybe 30, you know, 40, 50 people at the most, you know what I mean? And, you know, to be standing there in front of all these people lately, I was thinking about it, and I was like, man, I really hope that, you know, I'm judging what we were going to do, but then I realized, you know what, man, we've been doing this so much. If the people down here are loving what we're doing, and there's
Hell
other
yeah.
people all over the world that are loving what we're doing, these people are going to be down with the same type of clown
Yeah.
shit that we got.
Yeah, that's the homeland right there, bro. Really.
That's what I'm saying. This is where it all started, so I know for a fact that at the end of the day, these guys are going to show us love. And what's just crazy is I've been getting hit up on my Facebook at Big Cat. So, and the thing is, they've been hitting me up and they're like, hey, man, we want to meet up with you guys wherever you guys are at up there. And I'm like, hell yeah, man, we need to, you know, meet up and get together and see what's going on. And, you know, everybody wants to get a couple of our shirts and everything like that, sit there, talk to us, ask us a bunch of questions. Some people were saying, hey, man, we would like to maybe possibly do a track with you, see where else, or come to another concert where you guys are performing at. So, you know, it's starting to, you know, mean a lot to me with these people that are, you know, our fans and everything that are actually supporting us and doing what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
What's that?
Yeah, how do people listening find you on Facebook?
Oh, CPB or Sophopathic. Well, it's actually the Facebook thing is CPB, but the if you want to type it in, it's at Sophopathic.
That's for like the actual.
That's
music.
for our actual music and website and everything that we do together.
But on Facebook, they can find you on CPB. Fucking like, follow, fucking hit all them fucking buttons, motherfuckers.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So, just so people understand, like, are you like you guys in your 30s? You guys in your 40s?
Oh man, I'm 27.
I'm 23 now.
Fucking young ass bucks, fucking putting in the work.
Oh yeah, all day, bro. That's what it's about, man.
That's when you gotta have something that motivates you and keep putting in work. Cause you know it's not easy. And you know what? With the music industry, a lot of people don't know. They think everything's just handed to you on a silver platter, and it's really not, man. You have to put a lot of money and effort. It's not, you know, and yeah, there is money involved into it, but you know, besides that, there's a lot of other things that people don't understand. Like, man, booking the shows and getting all these followers and setting up a page and making sure that, you know, like some people are looking at our logos, you know what I mean? And you kind of get worried sometimes. Like you see these people are like, oh, that shit's dope. And, you know, at one point we didn't have any of our shit patented or, you know, taken together to where somebody could have just came at our shit, you know, and kind of switched it up a little bit and made it for themselves. And, you know, we don't want to discriminate against anybody, but we, you know, we always keep ourselves protected and everything like that. And, you know, we're just really out here trying to show this love, you know, and we just want everybody to see that. You know, some people, you know, are back there, you know, like, oh man, you suck, you know, you don't have any talent, but you know what I mean? The more the people say that, it actually gives me and my brother more motivation to keep coming out with more music that, and everything that we're doing.
Definitely. And yeah, the link for Facebook is the same as SoundCloud, whereas like you put facebook.com/SoFlowpathic.
Just go to Blue Collar Genius. The link's right there. Fucking go to our page.
yeah.
Check it
Absolutely,
out. You fucking
check out
see
Blue
that shit.
Collar for sure.
You fucking get a direct link to SoFlow Panic. Fucking CPB. Fucking be able to listen to their shit. Fucking check them. Oh my God, these
Thank you,
guys
brother.
are fucking
Appreciate
fire.
everything.
We appreciate
yeah.
all the love you've been showing us today,
Absolutely, same
Hosting
here.
us and
So
shit.
much love.
What else is there? We all fucking, you know, we're all in this shit together. Like,
bro. Mm-hmm. Hopefully we come back and see you right after Detroit. You know what I mean? Or-
shit, fucking hit me up. I'll fucking see. I think everyone wants to hear how fucking Detroit was. Like, that shit sounds fucking amazing.
That shit'll be sick.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
And more importantly, though, like, when you guys are ready to actually drop an album, I want to get you guys in. Like, that's going to be
Thank you.
fucking hot.
Thank you.
Like,
Appreciate it. Yeah, that'll be very
Get that
soon.
shit fucking set up, ready to do that album drop party. We'll
Mhm.
tell you where the motherfucking go to fucking see that shit
Hell yeah.
live.
Thank you.
Hell yeah.
And right now, if you want to hear anything, it's soundcloud.com/SoFlowpathic, and that'll bring you to our new EP we just dropped literally a couple days ago.
Urban Mystics.
Yeah, Urban Mystics. and it's basically just a compilation of freestyles from Big Cat, some of the other Soflopathic artists, and also my writing.
Say that again. So SoundCloud.com.
SoundCloud.com/Soflopathic.
That's SO for South Florida. Flow is obviously, as you motherfuckers know, Florida.
Hey.
FLO. Pathic bitches.
Hell yeah.
.com.
Hell yeah.
God damn. Gentlemen, fuck. Is there anything you want to say to these motherfuckers out there in the world?
Oh man, just stay motivated and
Hell
keep
yeah.
doing what you're doing. You know what I mean? If you feel down on yourself, just know that there's something always brighter at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Some people say that there's never always a light at the tunnel, but man, there always is. You know, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Because I've been through it all. My brother's been through it all,
Yep, yep.
and no matter what. All this struggle and this downfall that we've had to come through, you know, we argue, we fight with each other. We've had things happen inside of our group that, you know, didn't turn out the right way, and we just wanted to get everybody, and we were calling names at each other saying we weren't nothing. But you know what? We pushed through that, and you know what? If you keep doing the same thing, then your dreams and your dreams will come true, and you damn sure will be successful.
Hell
No
yeah.
matter what it is, you may not get a shit ton of money to start off with because you know nobody does. But at the end of the day, dude, you're gonna be successful in something. So just make sure that you keep your heads up high and keep doing what you're doing, and you will always be motivated and you will always be
Hell
successful.
yeah.
In my
Invest in
opinion,
yourself and your community.
absolutely.
God damn, I got a heart on after all that. Ladies and gentlemen, thank
Kill
you
it.
for joining us on Blue Collar Genius. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that fucking bell so you can see these motherfuckers live and other group people like them. Gentlemen, thank you very much for coming out. I greatly appreciate it. Looking forward to having you guys back on. With that
Thank
note,
you, G.
motherfuckers, we out this bitch.
Yay, yay.
We going fucking
All love.